You know what? I think I'm a DJ a little bit more. Let's play my song one more time. Come on, Triple J. Let's listen to something. Come on, let's get some good music going on right now.
Woo! Party time!
Hey,
Hey.
it's the remix. No remix.
What time
Hey,
is it? People in the you feel me? What's
what's
up?
up?
What's
What's up?
up?
Comes the
What's
money.
up?
Here we
Oh
go.
shit. Oh boy.
Here comes the money. Here we go.
ching, ching,
Comes the
ching,
money.
ching.
What's going on, everybody? My apologies for my technical difficulties, but thank you so much, Des and Jay, for covering for me. Appreciate you guys. It's me, your homie Shane O'Mac, coming to you live from the East New York section, and this is a Friday edition of the Three Bells, as well as our 60th. That's right. Tonight is our 60th episode of the Three Bells. So, congratulations, Mundo. Congratulations, Jay. We have made it to another decade. We have a lot to talk about. There's drafts that's going on, more than just the NFL. That's right. We had the WWE draft day one tonight. We're going to talk about that. We have a little special conversation that we want to talk about before we talk about the recap of SmackDown, as well as, of course, our Friday night news clips and my favorite birthday celebrations. But I can't do this alone. We got the other guys here, the other homies here. I'm talking about the wise man, the Google man, the cool guy, Triple J. What's up, man?
1, 2. Is this on?
What's going on, my guy? How you doing, Shane? How you doing, Des? Take two on this one. And salute to everybody out there watching the Three Bells podcast. What's going on, fellas?
Cool, man. There he is. There he is. He has entered the building.
Yes,
The
sir.
CEO, Mr. AKA is Mundo. What's good, man?
Yo, was good, was good. Like I said, happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. I'm feeling good tonight for some reason. I'm feeling real good. Huh. Let's get it. Let's go.
Of course, what better time to feel good on a Friday night? And what better moment than to be here with the homies of the Three Bell Podcast? You ready? Is y'all ready? Because I'm ready. So let's hit it. This is Three Bells. All right, so before we start the show, I want to take this opportunity to give a very, very special thank you to one Bree Talks. Bree Talks was cool enough to invite us to her show yesterday, and it was way better than I expected. I was a little reluctant, but the fellas convinced me, and we did the show, and we was able to be ourselves, and we was able to bring that good old Three Bells experience to the Bree Talks, and we had a good time. It was an awesome interview. So a special shout out and a special thank you so much to Miss Bree for that awesome interviews and awesome questions. And she gave us a whole lot of nuggets to take home with us. Jay, what was your thought on the interview from yesterday?
Honestly, at first, like I said to y'all guys yesterday in the chat, I was kind of a little nervous on it, but in the end, look at how we did. We held that interview like it was just any other show that we would be on, bro. Like that we be hosting. It was a nice flow. We were all laughing. Everything was cool. It ran smooth. I appreciate that. Shout out to Bree for all that she did yesterday, and for her knowledge as well in wrestling. Shout out to her for going to WrestleMania 1, bro. Like, wow.
Yes, I remember she said that must have been quite an experience to be there in that building, to be part of history. That was amazing. Mr. Mundo, what were your thoughts? As well as, did you take any nuggets? I'm guessing that you did because you have an announcement to make for us, correct?
Yeah. Look, the interview went exactly how I thought it would go. You know, the entire week I've been trying to get you guys to just calm down and take a breath and just not overthink it. Just be us. I mean, we're cool. I want to steal that from The Rock. We are cool, and we're making this wrestling podcast thing cool. And yeah, our energy is it's infectious. Am I saying that right? Yeah, right. Did I say that correctly? You know, our energy. It I don't even know how to word it properly. Like basically, just us being us makes everyone feel comfortable and engaging. And it was everything I thought it would be, and then some. You know, with the nuggets, like you said, that she gave us on how to grow our podcast and how to get us to the next level. And I took that really serious. And I woke up this morning and started creating the brand new Three Bells podcast Instagram page. So definitely, everybody, please, the same way you see it spelled out at the top of here, the Three Bells podcast. That's all you have to do is type that in on Instagram and click that follow button, and you get everything as far as like. You know, I'm gonna have little clips up there of different shows, different funny moments, the Three Bells funny moments of the night. Obviously, all of our graphics will be up there, created by the one and only Shane O'Mac. So yeah, Bree, shout you out again, Bree. Thank you. I woke up inspired. Got that Instagram page going. I'm gonna start the TikTok tonight. Yeah, so Shane and Jay, you guys better start learning some TikTok challenges because we got to get some TikTok content up there too. It can't just be pictures. Y'all gonna have to do something. Put a cardboard box in front of your face of the picture of you and the graphics. But yeah, I'm gonna start that TikTok tonight. We got the Instagram going right now. We got Instagram, YouTube, and hopefully by the end of next week we'll have Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and maybe Facebook. That one's a little bit different, but it'll be God's will. Shane?
Jay, did he just say TikTok challenge? Like, do I really
Yes,
have
he did,
to
bro.
do like a TikTok dance?
Oh
Seriously?
god.
Ugh.
Oh, does that mean I have to show my titties on TikTok?
I don't know if that's allowed. I don't
You.
know. We might get kicked off real as fast as we get on there. They're like, yeah, no.
Yeah,
Take
maybe
that to
if you
Twitter,
put your
please.
fingers, put your fingers in front of the bits, then yeah, maybe that would.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. The fingers might seem a little more suggestive. But I mean,
I mean, it's the finger holding the bit, so yeah, that should.
Lord
You're
have
not
mercy.
seeing anything outside of the bit. So
Lord have mercy.
hey, we
Oh
got to do it
shit.
for the talk, right? Got to do it for the talk.
Right.
But once again, congratulations, to the Three Bells as they are upgrading. We're now on Instagram. Next stop, like he said, TikTok and Facebook and maybe others abroad. So thank you, Pre Talks. Thank you. All right, so yeah. At the same time, I don't know if you guys was doing this, but I was kind of flicking the channels just like years ago when WWE bought not ECW, WCW, and I was flicking back and forth. I kind of had that feeling because there was another draft that was going on at the same time as the draft here, but there was still a show. There was still a show here, a SmackDown show that took place live in Cincinnati. It was a sold out crowd of over 14,000 people. Shout out to you guys for once again breaking records. New era, new numbers. There you go. So we're backstage, fellas, and we see the one Paul Heyman. And I guess he is explaining to us why Roman Reigns was not in the draft. And this is what he says.
Tribal chief Roman Reigns has voluntarily withdrawn from eligibility for the 2024 draft. This is not a negative. This is a positive. Who built SmackDown since the pandemic? Roman Reigns. Who is the biggest star in the entire industry? Roman Reigns. Why would Roman Reigns hog the #1 draft pick spotlight when Roman Reigns is not going to be returning in the immediate future? Read into my words, Kayla. That is not what a real tribal chief would do. Instead, now the pressure is on Nick Aldis, because if Roman Reigns is not the first draft pick, who is? Whoever are the first 2 draft picks, they make history in a brand new era. I don't know about you, but me, I'm intrigued.
So what I'm getting, it's because of the fact that he's the tribal chief that he was going to be, or he was in the slot as first pickings. You mean first pickings over Cody Rhodes? First pick over Damian Priest? Is that what we got from this little interview, this backstage interview from Paul Heyman? Des, what do you think? And Jay to follow on that.
I'll say this. It's only because of the fact that, remember, the champions were not eligible to be selected, so they don't count. So yeah, he would be he would be the #1 pick overall, since you don't have to select a champion to be on your show. So I get that part, but I mean, I don't know, man. It still was weird. It was weird as hell. If that was the case, then why even have him mentioned in the pool in the first place if this was going to happen at the beginning of the show? Like, it wasn't cool. Like, it was just like, well, okay, who else is left on the draft pool for tonight? That's literally how I felt. I'm like, well, damn, it would have been cool to see where he went and then how everything shook up after that. But oh well. Jay.
Like, honestly, what I really got out of Roman saying that is something similar to when, like, not too close, but something similar to when, like, when Heyman was managing Brock, and Brock was eligible for the draft, and he pulled out and became a free agent, and then just literally popped up on, I forgot what show it was. He came and popped up as, I think, Country Brock, if I'm not mistaken, on a regular show, and changed the whole dynamic of it. So this is what, like I was telling you guys in the chat earlier. If we would, based on what we were seeing tonight, I think Roman's gonna hold out, be a free agent, and then in the next couple of months we'll hear, a big free agent signing by SmackDown, by Raw, and it'll be Roman. This whole story is gonna go crazy, and bro, I'm ready for it. I'm ready to embrace that challenge with Roman. I don't mind that he's good. That what they're doing for him. He's a tribal chief. Let him rock, fellas.
Do you think he take a shot at who? Solo or The Rock? When he said, "Listen to my words clearly," and he said the real tribal chief. Like, who was that a shot at? Was that Roman? I mean, not Roman. Solo or The Rock? Because I was just like, well, that's very telling. You're claiming that somebody is calling themselves the tribal chief and not really being the tribal chief. But who do you think he was talking about, though?
I think that was Solo. I think that was maybe Solo, but more. You might be right with The Rock, because of the way he put the words out there, the aggression he spilled to say it. So, oh man, we could go 2 or 3 ways with it, but I'm gonna stick with it being The Rock.
The thing that I love about Roman, the thing I love about Paul Heyman is when he puts himself in a position like this, it's always an either or. It's hardly ever a direct. That way, when he's questioned, he could just simply say, "Oh no, I was talking about The Rock." And then when he confronts The Rock, he'll say, "Oh no, I was talking about Solo." And then when both of them are standing there, he could say something else. So I like how he mentioned it like that to leave a big question mark over our heads in terms of who was he actually talking about. So now we're intrigued, and now we're going to stay tuned to see who he was really talking about. But before we continue talking about let's see, I want the homie Mundo to do that awesome thing that you do in saying what's up to our listeners as of right now. Because I see a couple that could use a cool shout out. Only way that you know how to do so well, Mr. Mundo. So if you may.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is now time to acknowledge our listeners so far. First, my tag team partner, the guy that created this. You guys looking for a podcast? The guy that supports the Three Bells like no other. Want to give a shout out to my guy, Lawan. Coming up next is the man that inspired this whole thought that I had to create a podcast about wrestling. He introduced me to Stereo NJ, the one and only, my brother, Coast, the Ghost. Brooklyn's very own. Next, the man that I promised whenever he sends a voice message, it will be played because I did not get a chance to play it on Monday, but he has held his end of the deal and showed up tonight. It is the one and only Hit God. And finally, he just joined us yesterday after watching, well, not watching, but listening to Bree Talks, featuring the Three Bells podcast. He runs his own company, and he goes by Stereo Digital Marketing Agency. Well, that's what it is, Stereo Digital Marketing Agency. Three Bells for you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. And thank y'all for listening. And Shane, back to you.
Thank you, Des, for that. And welcome everyone to the Three Bells podcast. Sit back and relax, and we hope you enjoy the experience. Before we continue, let's listen to some messages. One,
I think Roman Reigns is staying on SmackDown. I don't think he's going nowhere. Being the fact that somebody else got drafted to SmackDown. Well, a whole team got drafted to SmackDown, so I don't want to say too much because we didn't get to that segment yet, but I don't think he's going nowhere. I think he's staying on SmackDown.
well, we'll know in the future, but as of right now, he's just busy chilling, enjoying his free time, saying hi to people in gyms and saying hi to the kids that is wishing to see him and getting their wishes come true. So he's doing his thing outside the ring.
What's good, guys, man? This your boy Almighty Marvin K, the Hit God, man. Just coming through to say what's up to y'all, man. And honestly, man, I'm just now getting started watching wrestling again, man. I tried to watch like WrestleMania day 1 and 2, but didn't get a chance to, man. Heard about Cody finishing the story and whatnot, man. But as of now, man, who should I watch? What storyline are like good to watch and look after? I'm saying look after. What to look for? What should I be looking into?
Des and Jay, you want to answer that question?
It's kind of hard because right now they're in draft mode, so we have a few storylines that's kind of getting going, but we don't have the full picture yet. Wow, because everything is so fresh still. I'll say this: for the love of Monday Night Raw, I'll tell you to check out Sami Zayn and Chad Gable's story. It's just getting started, but it's one that's going to be a really good one. Chad Gable was a longtime good guy, just turned heel, and he forced the rest of his faction to turn heel on Monday by pledging their allegiance to him and his cause of becoming Intercontinental Champion. So check that out, in my opinion.
Jay, any thoughts before we move on?
Well, with me, what I'll say is just keep an eye on everything pretty much. Down from we got the next pay-per-view coming up next week. which is called Backlash, where we have AJ Styles versus Cody Rhodes for the championship. We got Bianca Belair and and oh girl, I keep on forgetting her name. Jesus Christ. Somebody help
Yes,
me.
you're forgetting because you don't want to jump the gun yet. That's why you're forgetting Jay.
Yeah, because she hasn't gotten drafted yet, but we got the tag team match for the pay-per-view anyway with the Kabuki
I mean,
Warriors.
Jay, you you should have kept it simple like I did. Everything is in flux right now because we are in draft mode. But the only thing that we know for sure right now is a story that's the longest story that's going so far.
uh, I ain't touching it. I ain't touching it. We'll laugh about it later. Jay, you'll see why I said what I said in a little while. All right, it'll make sense. Trust me.
Can we
But
play his last message again? He gets to play his messages get to play. That was my guarantee to him. Hit God.
hit it.
Now, I don't know. This might be a stupid question, but is Ric Flair still fighting?
No, it's no stupid question. Well, no, not fighting in a sense of like a full match, but he's still around. Like he's dealing with AEW right now. He's not, a full WWE guy. But his face is still out there and he's still doing the thing. I don't know how old is Ric Flair? It's like in his mid
80s.
70s, 80s.
I think so. I don't know. He's
Woo!
really slow,
80s and still
really
doing his
slow and
thing.
old.
Yeah, he's slow and old, but look at the illustrious career that he's had, all those bumps that he's taken. Man, he's like a bowl of soup at this point, like no bones at all. Him and Mick Foley are just both bags of water and soup and lumpy gravy, I guess, because of all those bumps. But yeah, we hope that we answered that question. You have another question, Almighty, before we move on?
Okay, great, guys. Because, man, the last time I watched wrestling, man, literally, bro, he was fighting in his 60s, bro. 60s or 70s. I don't know how old Ric Flair is, but I'm like, damn, you got to retire, dog. But, hey, man, he keeps it going, man. I got to give him credit, man. For how old he is, man, he's still kicking it, bro. Shout out to Ric Flair. Woo!
Shane, my statistician, Lawan, says that Ric Flair is 75 years old.
Nice. Yeah, so yeah, give or take a good 15 years ago that you've seen him. Yeah, that was like towards the end before he quote unquote retired, if that's even a thing anymore. But that's for another show that we'll talk about. But we still have this SmackDown to talk about. And I have this question for Dez and Jay. Because the next thing we see this live shot from the NXT arena in Florida, where you basically have all the superstars that are sitting in the ring, and on the outside portion of the ring, I guess looking at the big jumbotron, looking at the WWE draft, right? Now I'm thinking, okay, today, 2024, being that SmackDown is stacked, Raw is stacked, and now NXT is stacked like it's never been before with all of these amazing superstars. So, okay, this is going to be like the NFL draft, the NBA draft, where they're going to grab all of these people from the college level and bring them up here. But as we talk throughout the show, you're going to see why we are not, well, I'm going to speak for myself. I can't speak for the other two homies. I am not as enthused as I thought I would have been for tonight's draft, but we're going to talk about it. Let's talk about the contract signing that took place in the ring. We're talking about AJ Styles and our current undisputed WWE champion, Cody Rhodes. And this is for the title at Backlash France, taking place next Saturday. Jay, I want to start with you and then Des to follow. What are you guys' thoughts on this contract signing? I could begin right now by saying, and that's all I got to say about that. Jay, hit it.
The only what I caught from it was how in the ring the tables was set up old school style as far as the newer school style where there's just one table and the guys are across from each other. We got it where there was two blue tables and the moderator in the middle being Corey Graves. And also, what I also seen from it was that Cody Rhodes, his blazer was cherry red, since they were in Cincinnati with a baseball team, the Cincinnati Reds. I thought that was a cool, thing to have and wear. But other than that, you can see from this interview that they've got a lot of mutual respect for each other, even though they never faced each other in ring. Two Georgia boys, and they want to shake hands, and one wants to talk about how phenomenal he is. The other one wants to talk about his dream. This not being a dream match for me. It's the must-win situation. Yada yada yada. This just it's. I'm not a big fan of Cody. I'm sorry, but this match doesn't got that big fight feel into it. I figured, at the end of this, when they shook off, I thought they was gonna at least get it on, like start fighting, do something. The crowd didn't even seem too hyped on the build for it. So, for it to be in the beginning, it just set this night off in an awkward way in my mind. Des?
Yeah, like I don't. It's. I really wish Backlash wasn't coming up, only because that there was no time to actually promote this. It's literally like the week before the pay per view, so it's like, there's no story. That's why the fans aren't really too crazy about it, because there hasn't been anything. There's no build. It's nothing there. It's the same thing as what happened with LWO and Legado de Fantasma when they got their match the week before WrestleMania, and I was like, well, shit, there was no build up to this, so it's like, and I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, I really wish that pay per view wasn't next week, because most of the situations that we were hearing about in the weeks past is like, okay, but there's no real build up. There's no story to any of this. The only so the contract signing in general, all I got out of it was, wow, Kofi, excuse me, Cody is still over as hell. I mean, the crowd was going crazy for him when he was coming out. And then even when the music went off, they were still going crazy for him. And then, I was just like, wow, I was impressed by that completely. But other than that, I thought they were going to get, talk about their past and the former companies that they might have worked together in. And we didn't get that. So at this point, I don't know.
Before you continue, Des, there's someone that I see that needs your special shout out. Why don't you gift them?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's been a long time, but it's a long time coming. We are welcomed and happy to have you back, the one and only Miss Cheesecake.
Hey,
And
Puddin'. How are you, Puddin'? Hope all is well with you, Miss Cheesecake. Everybody likes cakes.
Hey,
Yes,
Miss
dear.
Cheesecake.
Good to
Hey,
see
all
Miss
right,
you.
Cheesecake.
now it's
Hi.
time for the main event.
DJ Young and Nut. If he ain't playing, I ain't staying.
Say go DJ, cause that's my DJ. Say go DJ, cause that's my DJ. Say go DJ, cause that's my
Once again, shout outs to the one and only my pops, DJ Young and Nut. What's going on?
DJ Young and Nut. If he ain't playing, I ain't staying.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, DJ. Thank you so much for joining us as always. And yeah, congratulations on your new personal intro. that was pretty awesome. Yeah, you're probably the only listener that has his own intro, but within good reason, because you are, if you know, in fact, one of the most important individuals of all of the Three Bells, because if it wasn't for you, there wouldn't be no Three Bells. So, of course, you get all the love. So, thank you so much for, hey, giving us a reason to have the Three Bells. And,
Pew, 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 pew.
nice.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. So, hopefully this will cheer us up a bit, because we have our first round of the draft. So after that nice little, cute little contract signing, if you want to call it that, Cody Rhodes is he's walking on a ramp, and he's welcomed by our guy, the coolest guy in WWE, Mr. Triple H. So Triple H, he goes out.
This on?
Oh no, go ahead, by all means.
1, 2. Is this on?
Mhm.
Yo, Jimmy, hit me with that Triple
Mhm.
H.
That's right. It's Triple H, not Triple J. Triple H. Triple H, and he goes and he gives Cody a hug and shakes his hand, and he says, "Why don't you join me at the desk?" He said, "You want me to join you? Yeah, join me at the desk so that we can do this round one together." So yeah, so you know what? I'm going to give the homies the honor and the privilege to announce the rounds of the draft. I'm going to have Jay start with round one. Do you have all of the picks to share with us, Jay?
Yes, I do.
And then Daz will follow with his comments on the picks, and then I will follow him. Jay, hit it.
With the first pick of the WWE Draft, SmackDown selects Bianca Belair. With the second pick, Raw selects Jey Uso. With the third pick, SmackDown selects Carmelo Hayes. And with the fourth pick, Raw selects Seth freaking Rollins.
I was not surprised by this. The only one I was surprised about and pissed off about was the fact that Carmelo Hayes was sent to SmackDown instead of Raw. As you guys know, I've been saying it for weeks and maybe months now. I lost track. 60 shows, by the way. 60 shows. So I don't lost track. But I've been pulling for him to get the Raw because of the fact that there's more time up there to feature him. And I think that it would be better to have him go against the talents like Ricochet and go for the Intercontinental title and all that good stuff. But okay, he got drafted to SmackDown. The picks with SmackDown and Raw besides him, I'm not surprised. Of course, they're going to try to keep their top stars on their shows, and that's what we got. So yeah, round one. The shocker, Carmelo Hayes, and I'm proud of him though. I will be watching you, bro. Shane?
So let me ask you this question, Des and Jay, and everybody out there that's listening. So being that, and I thought so also that Melo was going to go on Raw. So which ring is I'm trying to find the phrase. Which ring, Raw or SmackDown, is if you're on it, it's you get more, I don't know, more eyes on you, more exposure, possibly a better match that would fit you than Raw. Like you understand what I'm saying? Like which stage is more grand than the other?
For me, for him, it would be Raw again. I can see him. I can see him going up against guys like Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, Ricochet. They have. It seems like they have like a middleweight type of division. You know, would that fits him on SmackDown? They don't really. I don't. I don't really. It's either a tag team or a main eventer. Because even with the U.S. title, look at the people that was going against Logan Paul. Those are main eventers. Randy Orton, Kevin Owens. You know, so I think that he could have fit better on Raw, and his talents could have been shown better on Raw because of the roster that they have. It fits him better. Even with the world heavyweight champion, like I think it's a more flexible roster on Raw versus SmackDown, where it's either you're a main eventer or you're a tag team person. There's no real in between, in my opinion.
The way I feel about this is the fact that I've been calling it for him to stay on SmackDown because it seems like a lot of the NXT guys, females as well, they get their feet wet there mainly on SmackDown. Since the time that we've been starting this podcast, we could kind of see the direction that they was going, and they fed us with guys like him and like Tiffany and Waller and Theory, and such others that have come up through NXT. And the rivalries I could see him having on there, there's pretty much a lot of veterans where he could learn from to get his way to the main show on Raw, because we know Raw is the A show, is the bigger brand show. So with him being on SmackDown, we could see him probably fighting a Montez Ford if he went single. Maybe these guys from any member from LWO, any member from Legado. There's multiple people that he can fight for the next year, and we'll evaluate him over the next 4 to 6 months, and let's see if he doesn't get buried. Right now, as far as him being on SmackDown, I see him mid-carding their entire way through.
But you're basically agreeing with me, because then again, that doesn't help him, because you just named a whole bunch of tag teams. That's what I just said. On SmackDown, it's either you're a main eventer or you're a tag team. So you're hoping that they put him in singles matches against people who are in tag teams, and in hoping that he doesn't get buried, because him going against a bunch of veterans doesn't really do him good, because then that's going to lead to him having a hell of a losing streak. Whereas again,
we've seen him fight a lot of, maybe a couple of veterans. We've seen him go up with Seth, Finn,
lost,
and tonight with Cody.
lost. That's what I'm saying. Like that's the whole reason why I've been saying that from the beginning, that I wouldn't want him on SmackDown, because it just wouldn't work. I think that he would have been better developed to go to Raw and be there and have people in his weight class to compete against.
Right.
Again, that's my opinion. I'm not forcing my opinion on you. I'm just saying, like, that's been my thoughts for the last few months. And you've been saying what you've been saying about him on SmackDown. So, we we're gonna be, we're gonna respectfully disagree, but we both got our points across. Shane, what about you? Want to be asking questions, asking all them questions.
Well, I asked the questions because I know you guys have good answers. And then I would just I would agree with both because they both make sense. But as we all know, it can go either way based on the decisions of, Triple H and these guys, because maybe they see something, way ahead in the future, but doing all of this as the stepping stone for him to get there. So, like for me, what Des says makes sense for him to go to Raw and, fight all of those guys, But then something interesting happened tonight, fellas. For right after the round one picks were announced, here comes Mello. Mello actually comes out and he steps to Cody and basically calls Cody out. He was like, "Yo, I want to fight you. Like you ready? I want to fight you." And Cody was like, "No, I don't have no fight clothes. I have some fight clothes, but yeah, goddamn well, you always come to the building with your fight clothes because you never know when you're going to get called. So we already know that that's bull crap, Cody. You got your goddamn fight clothes." And we know this because right after that little standoff, it was announced that Mello versus Cody was going to happen later tonight. So yeah, not bad, Mello. For as soon as your name is called, you get the main event spot. So and that's the reason why I asked you, Des and Jay, that question, because already he is put in a main event spot on SmackDown right after he was drafted. So I think that's pretty telling in terms of where they want to put him, don't you think? As opposed to having him in like a quick squash match or something like that, Des.
But I'm not surprised. I mean, I'm happy that he got that because of the fact that excuse me, I remember him being in the main event of Raw, facing the world heavyweight champion Seth Rollins. So I'm not surprised, but I just feel that he would be better taken care of on Raw because of the lack of time on SmackDown and how they deal with people. I mean, for all we know, 6 months from now, he could be the next Cedric Alexander or Asante the Adonis, and I don't want that for him because he's too good of an athlete, too good of a wrestler for that. And I'm scared for him. That's why I don't want him on SmackDown.
You said a name that we're going to talk about later in a little while. Oh boy, I don't want to talk about that, but I'm looking at my notes, and just as you say the name, I'm looking right at it, and I'm like, yeah, we're gonna have to talk about this. So, all right, so let's move on. We have a match. Unless there was something else I missed, we have a match. It's LWO versus Legato. You know who they are.
LDF.
Yes.
Yo,
So,
bro, I quit that how many weeks ago? I quit that.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. It's like just when I think I got it, I wind up twisting and I just say, yeah, the Legato guys, you know who they are.
Right. Don't give yourself a womp womp tonight. Don't even do it.
But thank you for sparing me. But before I have you and Jay to talk about this match, I just want to say that for Legato, these two guys, when they fight together, they're really not bad. They actually pretty good and they complement each other, quite well. Like just, looking, not to say that this was like, the be all best, tag team, match of the day, but it was interesting to see these guys because me personally, I wasn't a big fan of damn, I don't even know this guy's name. He keeps changing his name all the time. But it's like each week these guys they complement each other and they know each other more. And these guys they're actually pretty good. So that is what I would say about this match here. So Des, you can tell us what you want to say about it. Jay, you can tell us about this match, and then something interesting happens that we knew was going to happen. Right, Des?
You're damn right we knew. I mean, we thought it was going to happen a few weeks ago during Mania season, but I guess we had to let it drag out until now. But I wrote absolutely no notes on this match. I'm tired of seeing these two teams go against each other in every freaking which way you can try to make it happen. I'm just tired of hearing LWO versus LDF, whether it's on NXT, on SmackDown, on pay-per-view. I'm over it. They rushed it for WrestleMania, and it's just been a shit show ever since. I'm sorry, Jay. I know you've been excited to see this, but I'm just over this shit. I think this is worse than AOP or what is it, the Final Testament versus Bobby and Friends. Honest to God, I'm so over this shit.
Whoa. Me being excited about this? What's this win? Hell no.
I thought you was
Shit.
happy. I thought you was happy
Hell
about
no.
the Hispanic Avengers and all this other stuff.
No.
Maybe I was wrong, but I swear I thought you were happy.
No.
You know, Andrade and Santos
I
and
wanna see that.
Rey
I
and
wanna see those two. I wanna
Carlito.
see no. I wanna see those two fight. I wanna see Santos fight Andrade. Yeah, but these guys that we got, no. Dragon Lee,
Dragon Lee,
I could have sworn me and Shane were making fun of him when
Lalena,
when he got beat by Obafemi, and we was like, "Yo, this guy's not
Electra,
gonna come back for like 2 months." And what happened?
El
He didn't
Rio,
come back. He didn't come back.
Legado del Fantasma. Yo, I'm
Get
over
out of
this
here with
shit.
that.
I'm over it.
Jesus Christ. You knew what you was doing. You knew what you
No,
was doing.
Jay,
Yeah.
maybe I misinterpreted the fact that you wanted to see Santos and Andrade for you wanted to see all this shit. Cause I'm over it.
No.
Every week
I
we
don't
get a different version of this BS. And I'm just like, okay, the fans don't give a shit. Like, we don't care. You know, like just stop it already. Trade them away to
Oh
different
my
shows and and then they had the nerve to get Judgment and Judgment Day involved in it and bringing it to my show on Raw. I'm like, why? Like, keep this shit on SmackDown and then let it phase out and everybody go to wherever they got to go after that. I'm
Bro,
over it.
they were on every show. They came to NXT with the bullshits too.
I know. I mentioned that in my little soliloquy. I said that that I'm tired of seeing it on
Bro.
SmackDown, and I want to see it on more on NXT. And then now they're bringing this shit to Raw. I don't want to see it. No, stop it. Like, oh my god.
A double rant. Wow.
Ooh, I'm hot.
Double rant.
You hot. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the rant part 1 of the night, courtesy of Mr. Mundo. Yeah, so yeah, fellas, we finally Santos comes out and he's talking and he has the video footage as to who beat up Dragon Lee, and of course it was Carlito. We been knew that it was Carlito. Why the hell would Santos do that? It just didn't make sense, and the scenario was just weird. That led to that, and then here comes Carlito. He he sneaks attack these two guys in the ring, and then he runs out, and we're like, okay, what's next for Carlito? One person thought that we was going to get his original music back, and he's going to be a solo artist, and I said, yeah, right. He can't last alone. He has to find another faction to join because we all know that he only lasts for about 43 seconds in the ring. So he needs somebody there to fill in the spaces for a good full match, right, Des?
Shane, what goddamn producer you think is in charge of this BS storyline that we keep getting week after week after week? Who do you think is in charge of this nonsense?
Jay.
You stupid.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
What the I'm the reason for this?
I was
Jesus.
being serious. I'm trying to figure out who in WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment, is producing this nonsense that we keep getting every goddamn week on SmackDown, NXT, and Raw, because they need to just cut this shit out now. Let this shit die wherever it's supposed to die at, because I don't even want to see a continuation. Now what? Carlito's going to start his own goddamn faction, and now we got 3 goddamn Hispanic crews going against each other, and there's no end to this shit. It's like, come on, bro. Enough.
No.
Right, he's gonna go team up with Dominic.
Ugh.
I'm
Uh,
over it. Over it.
yeah, he knows. Yeah. You know who the producers probably was? No Way Jose. Him and his little party goons.
Oh
That's what.
man, Shane, you used
Oh,
to hate him.
Jay, you
yo,
talking
yo.
about you
Oh
talking
my
about
god.
Des hating Natty and you hate AOP. I couldn't stand No Way
Yo,
Jose.
Jay,
I
he is
was,
not lying. Hilarious.
oh my goodness, like it. What was the point? Oh, and it was like,
Vince
and it led to nothing.
Vince getting a kick out of making a Hispanic person look stupid, as well as making a black guy go and jive.
Oh my goodness. See, there it is.
Uh,
Now that's the perfect time. That was, that was hands down one of the biggest wastes of a space.
but think about it, his counterpart was what's this dude, the Funkasaurus dude? Somebody call my mama. Right?
The who that the Brutus
Brodus Clay.
Brodus
Brutus
Clay. Oh
Clay.
my
I
god.
actually
I mean, that's
like
where we
him.
got Naomi from, but that was his counterpart. That was the black version of No Way Jose.
I
Somebody call my
prefer, I
mama.
actually like him. Like he should have been pushed the way they push in Bronson Reed. Like he was like Bronson Reed. Like he was almost the same size. He was agile just like him. Like he was a damn good fighter. But he was put in that cornball character position and he couldn't like fully show his potentials. He had it in him. But then No Way Jose, what the hell did he do? Like his thing was the whole party line, the whole cha cha slide, whatever the hell that they was doing. It, I,
He
Bro,
said the
come on,
cha cha slide.
Adam Rose wasn't any better than that. Now he came out with the rosebuds. That shit was crazy.
Yo, Shane and Jay. Lawan said that Carlito was gonna bring his cousins back, Primo and Epico.
Oh hell no!
I ain't touching it. I ain't
Primo's
touching it.
Primo's
Nope,
his brother. Oh my god, no! Don't do it.
not touching it.
Don't
Mm-mm.
do it.
Yo,
But I
Shane,
will
real
touch
quick.
these real
Real
quick.
quick, Shane, before you hit those messages, let's take a commercial break and then we can come back and do those messages, okay?
Hit it.
All right.
You guys looking for a podcast? Well, this ain't no ordinary podcast. This is the Three Bells Podcast with Triple J, Mundo, and Shane O'Mac. Acknowledge me. Coming to you live each and every Monday night for Monday Night Raw, Tuesdays with NXT, and Friday Night Smackdown featuring WWE PPVs, news, and more. So tune in live on stereo and follow the buzzards. And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you.
Thank you, Lawan, for that awesome commercial. And let's listen to some messages.
Hey, it's your girl Miss Cheesecake coming through clapping, tapping, showing love. Everybody in the chat, make sure y'all follow and share the Three Bells Podcast, Smackdown Recap, Draft Night Part 1. What's going on, Mundo, Triple J, Shane O'Max, shout out to y'all, shout out to the room, I'm listening.
One more piece of
Now,
cake.
look at that. Don't I feel fucking special coming up in here? I got the special greeting. I love it. I love it. Shout out to you guys. You are amazing. Keep doing your thing.
Goddamn right, because you are cheesecake. We love our cheesecake.
I
Oh,
love that
and
accent.
Hey, Tired
yes,
Boom
we do.
here, one of my many characters. But yeah, this is my every other Friday night character. So, a little disappointed. My question is, why wasn't anyone drafted to NXT tonight? Unless they're going to do that on Monday. But I also think that they're going to change things up. Maybe some of the guys who were drafted tonight go to the other brand on Monday. I don't know, dude. It was an alright show. Boom. Tired Boom.
Yes, we understand. Yes, boom. We understand that you're a busy man and you're on that highway for hours and hours on end. But yet you have a little bit of strength to tune into us and leave a message. So thank you so much, boom. for always being there, man. Even if it's for a few minutes, that's okay. We understand if you go to sleep because it's well deserved, man. So thank you for that. And yeah, I guess we stay tuned. I guess we'll have a more definitive answer to that question and many more on Mundo's Raw show. Speaking of Mundo, here's his tag team partner,
The
LeBron.
only issue I have with Hayes going to SmackDown, which I really don't have an issue. I'm glad he got drafted to a main brand, but it's the TV time. There's not enough TV time to show off his talent on the main roster. You already see that the Street Profits don't get that much TV time. If it ain't Rey Mysterio taking the TV time, which we don't see with Rey Mysterio as much. Dragon Lee, I don't know if he's a SmackDown star or NXT guy still yet. Andrea or anybody else. Those guys don't get that much TV time. And if they're getting TV time, they're getting TV time altogether. It would have been better for her on Raw because they have a longer show and more people you could go against.
Yeah, but that's exactly what Des said.
Yeah. And that literally, you see, this is why he's my tag team partner, LeJean.
Awesome.
Like, word, bro. But you know what, Shane? I'll say this. You know, I know we're gearing up for the network changes. SmackDown will be on USA, NXT will be on CW, and Raw will be on Netflix. So maybe SmackDown will get that 3-hour slot that Raw was taking up on that network, and maybe the timing situation will be corrected. I don't know. We're just judging off of what the right now is.
Right. We'll see. LeJean has another message. He says,
No TV time makes it very hard for a superstar on SmackDown to get blown up or shown because you already seen it with Bobby Lashley and a lot of them just be doing promos. It's only so much SmackDown could do. Should SmackDown go 3 hours? It should. So the people on that roster could have something to fight for and they can show their talent a lot more.
I'm gonna finish playing these messages, but I'm gonna respond. I'm gonna respond to what LeJean says. I have a theory that I'm gonna share, but I'm gonna play these messages. Isabella?
What's going on? Three Bells Podcast Smackdown Recap Draft Night Part 1. I have no idea what y'all talking about. I have no idea. I don't know anything about wrestling, but I'm here supporting. I'm gonna be here for a little bit, and I'm listening. Shout out to the listeners. Big shout out to you, Mr. Mundo 24, Mundo 24, Triple J, Shane O'Mac, Return of the Mac. All right, y'all. I'm listening for a little bit.
Mundo 24. I like that.
That was pretty
Ladies
cool.
and gentlemen, what is it? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what's up? Well, wait, hold on. Welcome, everyone, to Monday Night Raw. It's your boy, Mundo 24. I like that. Nah, but remember, she joined Bree's show last night, and, you know, she was talking with us, so I respect the fact that she came and joined in for a little bit, so thank you very much.
Thank you, sweetie. Thank you so much for joining in and leaving a message. And hey, I hope we encourage you to look more into the WWE Universe as well as the shows and the characters. I mean, hey, it's not for everyone. So we appreciate the fact that even though you're not part of this or have any idea what we're talking about, at least we're entertaining you for the most part. Let's continue some more messages. One more from Boom.
You boomed. I keep hearing my name. I keep hearing boom, boom, boom. So here I am. Shane, I'm going to start charging you for those booms.
Oh, no.
Like $50 a boom. I don't know. I don't know anything. I'm tired. And I Yeah, I got nothing, man. I'm listening. But, dude, I'm so disappointed with tonight. Holy boomity boom boom.
Okay, we have one more message to play. This is
Yo,
from
shout out to the Three
Careful.
Bells podcast. With my man Triple J. Mundo.
Fuck.
And my boy Shane O'Mac. Good show tonight, my niggas. Good show.
Oh.
Oh no. Don't you do that. Don't you do that. Because when me and the executives were warning you guys months ago about playing these messages, y'all are laughing and y'all played them anyway. Don't do it now. Nope. Stick with that same energy that you had months ago. I tried to tell you. Tried to warn you.
No, and remember what happened? It's like every message there was one message that was cool. So we thought that was going to be that was the theme. But
I
shout
work
out
with
to
this man every weekend. He lives to disrupt the show. I'm telling you. He's the true villain of the show. I like, really. Stop it, Drew. Stop it.
Oh man. Well, he may be a villain, but here's a message from a cool guy. He is a ghost.
Yo, pass that shit, Andrew.
There you go.
Yo, shout out to the gang, man.
There they go.
Yo, hey, grab the blood, y'all. I don't even know what to say. Grab the fucking blood.
I mean, shit. Goddamn. Goddamn, yo, Jay. Take this from me, Jay. Goddamn, what up?
Really? Really?
Ooh.
Really? Oh boy. Did you really just take? I'm done.
Shane, it's coming around, Shane.
Take it, Shane. Take it, Shane.
You might as well just take a hit,
you
Shane.
Want me to take a hit?
I
feel take a hit. Take a hit. Take a hit.
See it in my fingers? Now I'm mushing it. There you go. Gone.
Peach tonight.
Oh yeah, whatever. We're not past that here. No smoking in here. No smoke, okay? We don't need that kind of smoke. Although I do understand.
Peach tonight.
Party pooper.
Wow.
If he ain't smoking, I ain't staying.
And then Jay really takes a puff because he's doing the puff. Like, we know what a cough is. That's not a laugh cough. That's not a Pepsi cough.
He was laughing and drinking Pepsi at the same time, so you can't
that's
do
not
both.
a Pepsi.
And then he burped. He burped, laughed, and coughed at the same time. See, this is what happens. See, Drew done stopped the show again. God damn
Thank you, Drew.
Why do we always feed into this
Drew.
shit? Why?
Drew got that good shit.
Hey, no one told you to take that blunt. No one did not take you to take it. You took it.
It's Coast though, man. I got it.
You didn't have to take it from Coast. You could have said I decline. He's like, you should have said I appreciate it, but I'm gonna have to decline because we're doing a broadcast right now. We're live. And what do you do? What do you do? And then you pass it to Jay. And then I said, okay, Jay has more sense. Jay is going to lightly take the fire out and he's going to save it for after the show. But no.
Jay, you lit that shit back up.
And then coughs.
You heard me use the lighter.
Send that shit back my way, bro. Send it back my way. I know what to do with it.
Here, let me light it back up for you.
Why do we need this?
Let me light it back up for you.
Why do we need this show? Why do we need to be here?
It's Friday. Chill. We cooling out.
Why don't you guys go to the bench outside and finish smoking?
What?
It's Friday for a reason.
I'll give you my boom box
on Friday.
I'll give you my boom box so you guys can listen to your tunes and get your smoking and.
Yo, Shane, chill real quick. Chill, bro. Hold on. Yo, LaJuan, I'm about to pass this over to you, bro. And I think Boom might need to hit this shit too, because he had
Nah,
an
we
old
got we,
age.
we got tired. Boom. We got tired. Boom. He might not be.
Right, but
Nah.
LaJuan, I'm passing it over to you, bro. Shane,
Just
back
so
to
you
you.
guys know, your bosses could possibly be listening to this broadcast tonight. Your bosses all could have said, "Wow, Jay, I heard that you have a podcast. Des, I heard you have a podcast. We're probably going to check it out tonight." And out of all the nights, 60 plus nights, they decide to tune in on the one where you're getting high.
Oh shit, son.
They're gonna blame Drew. He's gonna blame Drew for it.
And guess what? You know what? That
And you're going
means
to blame a guy in a circle in the listening section.
I'm a guy in a circle too, with 3 other guys in a circle.
No, you a guy with a microphone that's in a circle with 3 other guys. That's smoking live on air.
And guess what? That
If
you know
this
what that
was
means for me?
smell-o-vision, we would all be high right now because of y'all.
But
You know what
what's
that
the
means for
crazy
me,
thing
though?
though?
Hold on, Jay. For me, that means I get to get off the train and go sit downtown and go pee in a cup
Oh
and just
God.
sit there and then pass the drug test and be like, "Thank you for letting me work today," and I still get paid. Ain't that some shit?
Come on, yeah, y'all should already know. 60 shows in, I'm pretty much this way every show, minus the Pepsi. So
I mean, I don't want to
That
talk about my hiccups.
TMI.
me and my
Yeah,
me and my
I don't want to bring up my hiccups during the last
Yeah.
60 shows.
Yeah.
Those are
Not
dark
the best flex,
episodes, man.
but a flex.
Some
You want to
dark.
flex about yesterday? Flex about NXT episode that we just did Tuesday. Flex on the WrestleMania week shows that we did. What was it, 10 of them? Those are flexes right there. Those are the ones that we got to celebrate and party over. And I say that, Des and Jay, because believe it or not, we do have a show. We're doing SmackDown recaps. And yeah, we've come to that moment where we have to talk about match number 2, which is Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker and Cedric the Unentertainer Alexander. Jay and Des, I don't know if you guys hold any notes about this. I don't know if you even want to talk about this, but if you do, by all means, go right ahead. So at least let the people know what's going on.
Oh, I told you that Jay got this. I'm out of it.
bro. As I was telling you on the chat, by the time I finished writing Cedric Alexander's name on my sheet, the fight was over. Pretty much over. Like the last fight he had. As soon as the bell rang, the fight's over. This is uncalled for. Jesus Christ. You fed us Cedric Alexander, a guy who was last seen doing a vignette with his boy Shantae the Adonis, and this is what we get. This bum ass guy. Come on, you didn't need to do that for Braun Breaker. If Braun Breakers could have continuously be on this brand, you can't continuously feed them guys that are gonna fight for 2 seconds. I'm not here to see a 2 second fight. Shit. Fuck. Let me shut it up.
Yeah.
Let me shut up.
Unfortunately, yeah, that wasn't even like a bathroom break because literally, I can explain it quick, fast, everyone. The bell rings. Cedric starts hitting Braun with a couple of hits to the head. Then he's thrown to the other side of the ropes. He does that little handstand flip thingy, and just as he's coming back, he gets speared by Breaker. Breaker pins him, and that's the end of the match. All of that probably took like maybe 20, 23 seconds tops. We're chatting, we're typing, and we look up, and it's over. It was like possibly one of the shortest matches that I've seen, and it was unfortunate because this was like, what do we call it? This was like like the highest top tier fighter that he had in SmackDown, because he had these other jobbers, he had these guys from NXT, this other guy from New Japan, whatever. But Cedric was the biggest name that he fought, and this was it. So, yeah. So, Jay, yeah.
What? I think Shane might have come contact right there. You got contact. You can give my time to the two messages because they want to speak on this.
Oh, thank you for pointing that out. Let's hit it. The one.
Yo, coast to
God
coast.
damn it.
Shout out to you. Drew, shout out to you. Hey, yo, boom. The Three Bells Podcast.
I swear, boom, god damn it, you bet not be smoking.
This
Boom,
was
what?
a straight up squash match by, like, you know, one of the three SmackDown dudes that do the spear. Like, they have, well, actually, now he's going to be on Raw, so Bobby Lashley, since Roman's exempt, Bobby Lashley right now is, like, the only dude with the spear at this point on SmackDown. So, but like before that, there were three dudes on SmackDown doing the same move. But yeah, man, Cedric Alexander, who they should be pushing with this tag team, is now got squashed. Dude, what the hell, man?
Boom sound like he had an edible.
No, Boom sounds like he's been working real hard and
had edible.
Relaxing. No, it's no edible.
He sound like he had an edible.
Will y'all please stop trying to promote cannabis up in here? This is not a cannabis show. It's a wrestling show.
What's
going on here with this new narrative? Why are you changing the narrative on our show tonight?
Nobody said cannabis.
What is going on? You don't have to say the word, but you're implying it. You're not talking about any wrestling moves. You're not talking about any wrestlers.
What the hell was there to talk about in this match right here? Me and you were talking longer than the match. Matter of fact, their entrances were longer than the goddamn match itself. We didn't even see Cedric enter, but I know his entrance was longer than the match that he had. He came in. Dude, huh?
That's a hot mess, ain't it?
Bro, he didn't even get it. He didn't even get an entrance on TV, but it was longer than his match. That's funny.
That's a mess. That's a mess. I'm gonna play this last message, and then I'm going to I'm gonna have to re-edit this recap a bit because, yeah, Luan, what's up?
We got a match that was shown for no reason, waste of TV time that could be given to people that actually need it. Good job.
I didn't see the point of that match at all, especially after what happens later. Des,
do you think? You know what? Yep, I'm waiting until later.
Okay.
Because I didn't realize. I just looked at my notes right when you said later, and I looked at my notes. I was like,
Okay, so I'm going to edit this. So if I skip like a backstage, if it's not important, then let's not worry about it. Okay, so let's just jump right to round 2 of the drafts. Okay, fellas, and we're welcomed by the two gorgeouses, Michelle McCoo and sexy ass Tori Wilson. Des, this is round 2. Why don't you share with the party people who was drafted in this round?
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is now WWE Draft Round 2. With the first pick, SmackDown selects the Viper, Randy Orton. With the second pick, Monday Night Raw selects Braun Breaker. With the third pick of round number 2, SmackDown selects Nia Jax. And with the fourth and final pick of round number 2. Monday Night Raw selects Liv Morgan. Shane?
Jay, what are your thoughts on these picks for round 2? And then I'm going to follow. And Dez, if you'd like to say something, you can follow.
What I thought about this round was that we finally got what I was asking for as far as with Nia Jax being moved to SmackDown. The move was needed. You know, there was nothing going on for her anymore on Raw. She kept on losing and losing and losing. So now we're gonna get a nice, fresh Nia Jax to be on the show with practically all her family being there. And this is gonna be fun for her. And also with Braun Breaker going to Raw, kind of felt it coming just because, you know, him and Melo being guys that were previous champions on NXT, like, you would have to separate the two. You can't keep the two together on the same show. They both got to be built differently. And now, hopefully, with him being on Raw, the better matches should be there for a guy like Braun Breaker, and maybe now he could go chase a belt, a la the IC title.
You know, I agree with you, Jay. I agree that I would love to see what Nia is going to do on SmackDown. See how much she terrorizes the backstage and the women back there, or possibly the guys, because she ain't scared of nobody. And Braun Breaker, it seems to be that he used SmackDown as like an introduction, as like a stepping stone to say, hey, everybody, my name is Braun Breaker, and look what I can do. I can run fast back and forth in the ring, and I can do this powerful spear because apparently that's all he did. And if you want to see more of me, why don't you go to peacock.com and look at the playbacks of my NXT Tag Team Champion run? Like, what kind of resume is that? But he's going to Raw, so hopefully they see what they used him for in SmackDown, what he has accomplished in NXT, and hopefully they would complement all of that and make him that amazing athlete that he is, because he is a damn good wrestler. So we will see. Daz, what were your thoughts on the round 2 that you just announced?
My thing was, again, I wanted Melo on a Raw, and I was happy with keeping Braun Breaker on SmackDown so he can do that little jobber shit that he's been doing. Because I don't know what his place is on Raw because of the lackluster, debut that he's had, and then every time we've seen him on SmackDown ever since, it's just been the same shit over and over. And it's like, do they not trust him to work with the talent? I don't know. I don't know what to expect from him on Raw, honest to God. I don't know who he would be competing against on Raw. Matter of fact, Shane. Jay.
Yes.
I just thought about it. His first match on Monday Night Raw will be against Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm thinking, because I was thinking about the only person on that roster that he can, work as a jobber, basically who everybody's just been beating up for the last few months. Even Ilya got one off on him. So
Poor shit stain. Poor shit stain.
Oh man, yeah. That's just my thoughts on that. It's like whatever. Unless if they can give me Braun Breaker of the Wolf Dogs, which I think was short lived, but if they can give me that, then I'll be okay with it.
How would you guys feel about the Wolf Dogs being on Raw?
Remember when I told you I have breaking news?
Yeah, I already know about the breaking news too. Once you ask that question, so no, I'll wait.
Really?
Yeah. My statistician's been updating me and keeping me updated. Shout out to my statistician. tag team
I
partners.
wrote
Make
it.
it
I
really
wrote
up
it.
to date about during the show.
Yeah, I was pretty much writing it down on my end when I was just checking shit out on Twitter. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't have.
after we're done with the rounds of drafting, then we'll do that breaking news. That's when it
Yes.
fits everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
We spoke about this already, Jay. Since you in Twitter land, me and Shane said we're going to talk about it after the last round.
No, I
It's
didn't know that it was this, but beep 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 beep. We're gonna move on.
Oh, you saw that
shit,
episode of Abbott Elementary too, huh? Okay.
Huh?
I said you saw that episode of Abbott Elementary too, huh?
But did
Yeah.
they do that same thing?
Yeah, with the puppet socks. I know they got that
no.
from Sesame Street, right? Or was it what is it? Kermit and his friends? I forgot what
Yeah,
show that was. Who's
I
that,
got it
right?
from the Muppet Show. You know
Yeah, the
the
Muppets, yeah.
scientist guy. Yeah, beep 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 beep. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
I was trying to stop myself from talking, but yeah, let's move on. Let's move on, and we're gonna put a little note tag on that little tidbit that you guys got, little titty bit, little titty. Put a tag on that, and there was a quick look back at the static of the Bloodline story, and then it led up to backstage Paul Heyman as he bumps into the Bloodline, Solo, and Tonga. They're talking back and forth, whatever. Tonga, they're like, Solo rather, he's like, where we pick? Yeah, where we pick? Find out what's going on. This and the third, and then out of nowhere, Mr. Kevin Owens, remembering what happened to him last week, he decides to come and get revenge, and he just sucker punches both of them, and there's a big melee going on. So that's going on. We got to keep that in our memory, for we are continuing with the show, and we are inside the arena for an
Shane,
old Jay,
Shane.
because I know you got something. Is it worth mentioning?
Did you skip the part about the backstage part with Tiffany and Nick Aldis in the back?
He said that he's gonna edit. So that's not too important.
Do you think it's worth mentioning?
No, I was just asking. I'm just asking.
I mean, if it's worth mentioning, then you could summarize it quick, fast. I'll give you the chance to summarize it. If it
No. I'll go on mute.
see Jay, because of the fact that you cut me off and I gave you that, you're supposed to say, "Oh, okay, this that and third." That was 43 seconds, and that was perfect. But you flipped the bag. Oh well. We're in the arena, Jay. We're in the arena, and we're having our interview with our first pick, Bianca Belair. So she is out there, and this was cool. It was cool how they had this interview with her inside the arena and had the arena side, not the Titantron, but the other side as the background. It was that old school feeling. So I like that. That was kind of cool. So they had an interview with her, and I don't know exactly what they was talking about because I was just like so focused on the background. But she was basically talking about the Kabuki Warriors going against the Kabuki Warriors. They come out, they got their tag teams, and they're like, who's gonna tag team with you? Who's gonna be with you? And here comes the storm, Miss J. Jay comes out, and bam! Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what this equals up to, right? So then, as they're going back and forth with the yelling and screaming, here comes KO and Tonga. They coming out and they beating the hell out of beating each other through the ramp, all the way into the ring. And then Solo comes in, and he and Tonga is jumping and beating on Mr. KO. Who was there to help him? He's just gonna lay there by himself and possibly bleed almost to death like last week? Nope. I hear voices in my head. They come to me. They understand. They talk to me. It's Randy Orton. He comes out to help to save the day. And we get that nice little picture of Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, KO and RKO. What does this mean? To be continued. Dez and Jay, unless you guys want to talk about what I just talked about with this arena interview. Dez and Jay, Jay and Dez, or should we move on?
Well, I was just gonna say that what Bianca was talking about with the announcer chick was their match that they had against Kabuki Warriors next week at Backlash. It was at that point somehow, some way, it was officially made. It was going to be a tag team championship match for the women at Backlash.
Nothing on you, Jay. That's it. We good?
No,
Jay?
sir. We good. We good. We good.
Cool. Well, since I have your attention, Jay, let's do this. For round 3, because we're up to round 3 now, and we had the Dudley, them goddamn Dudley boys, them damn Dudley boys, they came out and they announced the picks for round 3. So let's do this. Jay, do me a favor and announce SmackDown, and then Des will announce the Raw. So you guys will be the Dudley boys. Hit it.
With the first pick of the third round, SmackDown selects L.A. Knight. Yeah!
And with the second pick of the third round, Monday Night Raw proudly selects Ricochet.
With the third pick, SmackDown selects Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, and Paul Heyman. The Bloodline. Throw your ones up, everybody.
And with the fourth and final pick of the third round in the WWE draft, Monday Night Raw picks Sheamus.
Cool, man. Cool. I like how you two bounced off each other like that. You know what? I'm gonna have you guys do that same thing for our round 4 because it was 4 rounds. We have one more round. I'm gonna have you guys do that same thing if that's okay. Kudos to you guys. Congratulations. Thank you for doing that for me. All right, let's go in the ring, and this is why I kind of thought and hoped that Jay was going to explain what happened backstage with Tiffy Time. But that led to this match. So remember last week, there was the match with Naomi and Bailey, and Tiffy Time decided it was time for her to come and interrupt. And you know, Naomi, she does not like this little girl. So we had this match with Tiffy Time versus Naomi. And the winner of this match will get a shot at the title that is currently held by our homegirl, Bailey. Jay, we want to start with you, and then Des to follow on your thoughts and what had happened on this match, in this match, and around this match.
With this match, it was a slow one for me. It wasn't as intense as I was, hoping for it to be. Naomi had a nice drop kick, the hip attack by Tiffy, the scissor split takedown Naomi did was fire. And then in the air when they both grabbed each other's hair and dropped each other, I thought that was pretty cool. And then, you know, what happened? My girl came. Nia Jax came and decided to beat up Bebe and make her appearance felt after her being drafted to SmackDown. So, Naomi doesn't mind her business and gets her ass tossed right into the pole. And you could hear it from Nia Jax. She tells her, mind your business. And yeah, my girl cleaned house and the bell rung. Ding, ding, ding. Shit. So we we take it fast forward a little bit, and Tiffy Time takes both Naomi and Bailey into the ring and sets them up for the prettiest moonsault. And boy, was that a good one. Might have been the cleanest one she put out since she's been up on the main roster, fellas.
Yes, I agree. That was a nice, clean moonsault coming from Tiffy. And wasn't it cool to see Nia Jax? Wasn't it cool to see her, Jay? Because you asked for her, you was excited when they heard the name that she was going to be on SmackDown, and right off jump she got busy immediately.
Exactly. I got my baby twice a week, and now on a Friday. What? Get a whole week? Mm-hmm.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
Jay,
She talk to me.
let me ask you this about your girl. Now that she's on, SmackDown, when do we see Miss Nia Jax with a title? When would we like to see her with a title?
I'm giving it. I'm not gonna lie to you, as I've been thinking now that she's on the brand. I'm giving it by the SummerSlam.
Okay. Okay, cool. That gives her plenty of time each week to just come out of nowhere and just terrorize the entire SmackDown roster just because she can.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
just because she can. So let's go backstage, fellas. We are with the friends of Bobby and Friends. We're talking Street Profits and Miss B-Fab. They're talking, and they have the opportunity to be in a match, in a tag team title match against our current tag team champion holders, Austin Theory and his bestie, Mr. Waller, Grayson Waller. So then they come in and they just interrupt the show. I didn't catch that. Grayson said something. Did one of you guys hear what he said? Because I missed it. Jay and Dez, Dea Jazz, J and J, Dez and Dez. What did Grayson say?
I have no idea because all I wrote was that they said they were the greatest undefeated champs of all time. That was
Oh,
like the only thing I got from that.
was
Other than
that why?
other than
Was that why
Yeah,
the
that
crowd
was
made all that noise?
that was pretty much it. That they said that they were the greatest undefeated champs of all time, and the
Mm,
WrestleMania nonsense. That was pretty much it. Just them being
mm.
bad guys.
and then
Okay,
Bobby
given.
Bobby appeared out of nowhere
Hmm.
to like scare him off. He was like like the big bad wolf type shit.
Okay, and that's why they ran off, right? Okay, okay. Huh. So I have that we're still backstage, and these final testaments, your guys, J AOP, for some reason was beating up. If I got this right, the New Catch Republic guys. What was going on there? What was that? What was that about?
That was weird. I thought they was just gonna like wreak havoc on NXT with what they was telling us. But damn, they want to wreak havoc on all the shows. So I wouldn't be too surprised if they go on Monday and do the same shit. So this is a stay tuned with them guys.
I mean, is it fair that they're doing all of this so that they can be drafted? Is that the reason why they was doing all of this? And if so, what makes you think that terrorizing the company is going to get you drafted anywhere? If anything, it would be a suspension. Am I right?
Well, Carrion said whether they get drafted or not, they'll still be on SmackDown. They're going to still be doing this shit to everybody. So it was a warning shot to everybody across. I can't even say the three brands, I guess, across maybe the across three brands because they've been on everybody's show. So I guess it's just across WWE a warning shot. Like we're coming, we are coming. Jay's favorite faction, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Got Jay real scared, huh? Look out for the boogeyman, Jay. The two big The two big guys that does nothing but get you mad. They make Jay more mad than wins in the WWE. Isn't that
Watch
something?
them pay on Monday just to bother Des. Watch. Watch.
You
They
know what?
bothered you they bothered you tonight, so now they're gonna bother Des on Monday.
No. They don't strike a nerve with me like they do with you. I told you I was the one who when that whole storyline was going, I was like, just give it some time. You know, I didn't get frustrated until when we weren't sure if they were going to be on WrestleMania or not. But other than that, they strike a nerve with you, man.
Big nerve at that. The biggest nerve. The nerve that's so big that we just mentioned the letters AOP.
Right. Shane, wasn't it last week on SmackDown when he had that big old rant?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was,
he
right?
had the rant of the night. He was our rant of the night.
Right. I heard about that. Yeah. So yeah. They don't touch a nerve with me. My mom told me, Miss Tina. Shout out to Miss Tina.
I don't know if it was because you wasn't here that encouraged him to let out all that rage, but I guess he let it all out and there's no more left. He's like, I said what I had to say, so let's move on. Well, I'll tell you what then, fellas. I would appreciate it if you guys were to announce our final round of the draft for tonight. This is round 4, where we had old school Teddy Long and the best clothesline in the business, JBL. So, Jay and Dez, hit it.
Shane.
Yes?
Can I say something first?
Sure.
All right. So, listeners of the podcast right now, I was so frustrated with what the hell we've gotten so far as the draft tonight that I hit Shane and Jay up and said, look, this is what's going to happen in this next round. I told them SmackDown is going to select AJ Styles. I said Raw is going to select Alpha Academy. And then I said SmackDown is going to select Andrade. And then I said Raw would select Shayna Baszler. And I was just frustrated because I'm like, God damn it. Just so mad, especially about Carmelo Hayes. Let's see how it turned out. Am I right or wrong? Jay, start us off.
With the first pick of the last round, SmackDown selects the phenomenal AJ Styles.
And with the second pick of the fourth round, Monday Night Raw selects Alpha Academy.
Uh-oh. I think I didn't write. Well, damn. Uh-oh. I think I wrote the wrong name on this pick, but with the third pick, SmackDown selects Andrade. I don't know if I was right or wrong.
And with the fourth pick, Monday Night Raw selects Kiana James.
Who?
Who?
Kiana James.
Kiana James of NXT.
NXT.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh.
So, listeners, I predicted 3 out of the 4 selections, and
he had a cheat, everybody. He had a cheat sheet, everybody.
Where the fuck would I get a cheat sheet from?
Try to blindside us with the last pick being wrong.
All right, so this is why I didn't write this in the chat. I waited until now because I wanted to just say it to you because you said that shit earlier, and I'm like, where the fuck would I get a cheat sheet from? Like what? Like I just used common sense. Basically, tonight, what I gathered from the picks tonight on TV was just about everybody that was selected is in some type of story with one of the champions on a show who are protected and they are stuck on their show, or they have a story that's already been going on for the last few weeks. Think about everybody that was selected tonight, except for Mello, Braun Breaker, and Kiana James. And I'll even give it to Nia, even though she was, but everybody else was in some type of story that's happening with the champion, or it's been a story that's going throughout Mania season.
Yeah,
It became that obvious to me at that point.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy though? With Braun Breaker and Kiana James being on Raw, look at his first name and look at her last name, Braun James. And Mello, aka Carmelo, being on SmackDown. A la
So,
NBA people. A la NBA people. That's what it is.
So Shane, about what I just said about my theory on how the picks were selected. Like, do you understand what I'm coming at? Where you know how I got to, like, because you witnessed it while SmackDown was on commercial. I sent to y'all. I said it. I said SmackDown's gonna select AJ Styles, and I said Raw's gonna select Alpha Academy, and then I said SmackDown would select Andrade. The only one I was wrong about was Shayna Baszler. I don't know where the fuck they came with Kiana James from, because like I said to y'all, because we watch NXT every Tuesday, and I'm like, the best she's been is been in the background of another story. So I don't even know how they came to that conclusion to send her ass up to the main roster.
that was the most, can we even say, out of the pocket, just the most arbitrary choice. It was like they had their hands in a bowl full of tickets with everyone's name, and they picked it, and they got Kiana James.
That's similar to Indy Hartwell being drafted last year. Nobody knew Indy Hartwell was going to be drafted. While at that time she was NXT champ, and she had to drop the belt.
And it was so weird because you had that whole setup at NXT just for that. That was because that is what we got from that setup. Because keep in mind, everybody else was from SmackDown, that was from Raw, and then in terms of Mello, he was already out there. In terms of Braun, he was already out there. So I'm thinking that that they was going to pick a couple of NXT people right there in the in the bunch, and we see them jumping and celebrating and but all we got was and we was greeted with this 15-20 second video package that's supposed to introduce us to her. That was
Bro.
See,
They
please,
gave us that.
They
gave us that video package because nobody knew who the fuck she was.
I don't even think the editors knew who she was because it wasn't much to put there.
It was more 20 seconds long.
It was more special effects than actual info. Like, shout out to the editors. We know who you are. You're awesome.
Because I'm not lying when I say that she's been in the background of a story. She really has been in it, bro. You remember she was on Stand and Deliver. She was teamed up with JC Jane, right? Jay,
right?
And then what? They right after Stand and Deliver, they got a rematch, but without Thea and JC, and then they won. That was the last time I seen her on NXT performing. So I'm like, this pick made absolutely no sense to me. I guess now that they got that stuff out of the way for SmackDown, I guess Raw will be a little more unpredictable than tonight. Meaning, since they got most of the challengers or the people that's in stories with champions out of the way. But I can guarantee you this much. Since Sheamus he's in a feud with Drew right now. Drew will be back on Raw. CM Punk will be back on Raw. Let's see. Where else are we looking at? I mean, because I literally looked. Jay, you sent us the pool. I looked at the pool while we were in commercial. I'm looking at who's left, and I'm like, okay. I remember they showed it at the bottom who was still available. I'm like, okay, yeah. Well, obviously AJ is going against Cody next week, so he's going to be on SmackDown still, past the 6th, because you know what, they might have a trilogy with them, and it just started to click, and then the whole thing that like I don't know. I'm sorry, Shane. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We're listening and agreeing with you. I mean, hell, what you're saying is probably making more sense than
How they
this
perceived it,
other
right?
James and how they perceive it. Yeah, because you got these awesome stories. Why break it up? Why fix it? Leave it alone and let it rock. And if you want to add people to it, if it makes sense, then go for it. That's what I say. So that's why your picks are so awesome, because it's like, yeah, these are good stories that's going on right now. So yeah, absolutely.
Do you think?
But yeah,
Do you think Triple H messed up by starting these stories before the draft? So, because a lot of the feedback that I've seen from tonight's draft is a lot of underwhelmed and pretty pissed off WWE fans, because it was just like, and I was saying it too. What was the point of that? Like, why even do all this build up for everybody to be on the same fucking show that they were on last week?
right.
Or
And
this past Monday.
you only have, out of all of these picks, you have one that was like the biggest shocker. At least to me, it was, because I would have never ever would have guessed that Kiana James would have been picked for anything. Hell, she wasn't even picked on our drafts.
She had to be a plan B or plan C. Just because of the fact is, no, remember on Tuesday when Roxy won spring break, and that right there opened the door for us to think like who the female was gonna be that would get drafted.
But you said
I thought,
Lyra.
right. That's what I was gonna get to. I said her. I had no clue. They I don't know.
I would have picked So Ruka over her. I'm like, so yeah, by the way, Shane, by the way, I do need to apologize to you, because yes, Soul did the Soul Snatcher on Tuesday, but that was the first time we ever seen her do that version of the Soul Snatcher. The last time we saw her do it, she walked the top rope and then hit, and then did it. Tuesday, she jumped, springboarded off that shit, flipped, and caught that bit. So those were two different versions of that move, but it's still fucking awesome. So my apologies to you, Shane, and 3 belts to you.
3 belts to her, because that was like, did you see what she did? Like, she grabbed the third rope, like she did the handstand thing on the third rope.
Yeah,
like that was amazing.
Wouldn't you have rather? I would, if I could get her on Monday Night Raw to do that. What?
Ugh. You will sell out every week. You will sell out in all arenas every week. I would prefer her.
She would be the new Charlotte Flair in my eyes, but cooler.
Absolutely.
And prettier.
Absolutely. Listen, she's a tough cookie. She's a tough cookie, and she's cool. She just has like this cool swag about her, like this, this beach California surfer girl type. Her, and I absolutely love it. And she's not even at a full 100 yet.
Right.
Wait until she gets into a full 100, baby.
But Shane, remember when 2 weeks ago she was sitting in the back? She had that ponytail, glasses, just looking real good. Oh my God.
Yeah, like a naughty school teacher. Like, yes, I'll stay after school.
Oh man. All right, I'm sorry. It's after midnight. My bad.
Yes,
I apologize.
Okay, let's wake up. Okay. We get a quick look back at NXT's Trick Williams' win, for he is our current NXT champion. Congratulations to Mr. Trick, champion Trick Williams. Then we're backstage with Mr. Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis announced that we are having am I saying this right? A triple threat match after that whole melee that happened with Bebe versus Naomi versus Tifa Time. And then we're going to have a tag team match with the Bloodline versus KO and RKO. This should be interesting. And all of this, both of these are matches for, is it next Friday or is it next Saturday for the PLE days?
Backlash. Shane, I should have trademarked that name, right?
Trademark what name?
RKO.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Right. God damn
it. See, now they're using it like the yeet. See that? All you had to do was trademark it.
Right.
But here we are, fellas. We are at the, because they don't do it no more, so we'll do it for them. This is the main event. Hello versus Cody. Jay, why don't you start and tell us what happened, and Des to follow on your what happened and your thoughts on the main event.
Well, with this main event, it started off a little slow in my opinion, and you could see Mello actually was doing good. I give it to him, for what he's been doing as far as when he fights the main roster competition, as far as Hall of Fame guys, not Hall of Fame guys, but main event guys. He's doing good. Great showing as well. Also the running power slam by Cody I thought was cool. The disaster kick by Cody was all right. And Mello hit him with the first 48. I was like, oh, Mello actually opened my eyes to being like, oh shit, this guy might have a chance. But, unfortunately the champ wins. And the challenger had a good showing. Thank you, Cody, for the win. Thank you, Mello, for making your full-time debut on the brand now. And, it was cool to see Cody talk to him, let him know, giving him his respect and everything. Good win, Cody. Good win.
So, yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I was just looking at my notes to see if there's anything else to add to that. Yeah, I'm just proud of the fact that my guy Mello is main eventing SmackDown on his first official night on the main roster. I'm very proud of that. I'm a Mello fan through and through. Whether he's a heel, he's a good guy, I'm a Mello fan for sure. Mello is him. He don't miss. But I saw something. I don't know if you guys saw it too, but I know LaJuan did. But I think I haven't had a chance to rewind it back, but I think Cody might have hurt himself in that match. He might have hurt his shoulder. And as we've seen in recent weeks, shoulder injuries might lead to somebody vacating a belt. So I don't know if you guys saw it too and how he was favoring that shoulder, which seems to be the same side of the body that he had the pec injury 2 years ago. So we need to look out for that. He might fake the funk for a while, but yeah.
Exactly. You know why, right? He gotta go.
What?
He gotta go do that. He gotta go do the Naked Gun reboot. That's why.
Yeah. So I don't know.
But okay.
Say that one more time, Shane.
So much for my news clip, but okay. Go ahead, continue, Des.
Oh my God, damn! I'm sorry, bro.
You on the road, Jay? No,
this is not a good night for me. Jesus Christ.
Oh please, Jay, you're good. You're good. It was a great night for you. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Did you guys? I mean, y'all talked around what I was actually asking y'all. Did y'all see what I saw? I know LaJuan did, but am I the only one that noticed up here that he looked like he was actually hurt? Because he's been like from the moment they did that stupid ass jump off the ropes and missed each other completely type thing. He hit the mat And even Corey said he was like, oh, it was a gnarly landing on the shoulder for Cody. And then from that moment on, Cody was favoring that shoulder, and like it even looked like that they kind of would have stopped the match, but Cody probably told the referee like, I'm good. Like, did you see that too?
No, totally. It was the way he landed. Like he landed in a way that it's his right shoulder, and the way he landed, it looked like it wasn't like a straight flat on the side land. It was more like on that back end that could have possibly shifted his shoulder forward, like almost banged it forward. So that I can see why he was holding his shoulder like that. But at the same time, being, the warrior that he is, he wanted to continue with the match. So I'm trying to look and see if there's any updates or whatever like that. Or like Jay said, with his future plans, that's possible. That's possible.
But can WWE survive with him not being champion and not being around at the same time as Roman Reigns not being champion and not being around? Like, how the hell do they survive that? On top of Seth not being champion and not being around, and we still don't know when CM Punk is going to show up, not being champion and not being around. Like, how can they survive any of this if that's the case?
Going to have to push a lot of these people up, or if they're going to be gone for a long, period of time, have them win those titles, or do what they did with Rhea Ripley and just have them relinquish it, and then have some type of tournament or rumble, whatever type match in order for someone to be crowned. But there's always a plan B, Des. Always a plan B. They're not going to just leave it hanging on the hook, collecting dust. Somebody's going to have to somehow, some way.
Who is the plan B on SmackDown? Cody is super over right now, and there is nobody on that roster that gets the same amount of cheers and whatnot like he does. That's why he had to move from Raw, because the only other person that basically had him neck and neck was Jay. So SmackDown's been ruled by the bloodline for so long. It's a whole different situation.
That's a tough act to follow, not for nothing.
Yeah,
that bloodline, that is a real tough act, man.
Right, and look how long it took them to build that for Cody. It took them 2 years to get to this point where he's super over with the crowd. So now he has a freak accident in the match, gets hurt, and now what? You have to go to a plan B that you didn't even think about, but now it's a plan B. Ain't nobody else over. I think that you would have to go heel. It would have to be somebody that's bad, and then you would have to make them 10 times as bad, because the last time a heel had the championship on SmackDown, he had to shit for damn near 4 years. I hope that he's not hurt.
Yeah, I hope so too. But there always has to be a plan B for everybody, because this can happen to anybody at any time. So you always got to have like that backup plan ready, like even right there and then. Suppose if something had happened to Cody, even like before that had happened, they would need somebody to be there to cover for him, or to be there to cover for Mello. You know what I mean? Because the show has to keep going. We gotta keep it flowing. So there's always a plan B. But again, just like what you and I always say, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Lawan has a message which should make sense. They usually do.
That was one of my problems with the draft today too, man. It seemed like everybody that got drafted stood in the same place they was originally already. So it made no sense. I mean, you got some moves by Hayes, Breaker, Naya, but that's really it. Everybody that's headlining right now stood on the same show. So we didn't get no pop from this draft. Hopefully Raw is able to fix that. because we didn't get no major pops or no major wows to that.
I have a feeling we will. We're going to get more rounds. I know that for sure. We only got 4. How many do you think we're going to get for the Raw show, Daz? Like maybe 6 or 8?
Yeah, it's 6. 6 for Raw.
Okay. More from Lawan for he says.
Cody had a nasty landing, man. And he reacted as soon as he landed. I hope he's okay, and I hope it's nothing serious.
Yeah, we're definitely going to look into that, and we're gonna report to you on Monday for Mundo's show. Speaking of Mundo, hey Mundo, look who I'm about to play, man.
Welcome everybody to Stereo Radio. When the condom breaks, there's always a plan B. Just like Seth Rollins in 2015, there's always a plan B, and he breaks up with the Shield. Holy shit. What's going on, everybody? I was told not to give away spoilers. I got called out on my bullshit, so I am not going to give away the night on SmackDown or Raw or whatever, but I will at the end of the night. So catch me with these fucking 3 great podcasters. Oh, here we go! Radio! Love you guys. Love you guys.
There is no fucking way that you are legitimately playing a guitar right now, an acoustic guitar at this point. I mean, you giving me Hollywood rock with Jim Johnston, like on Stereo Radio.
Man, you got to show them the love.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, let's give a beautiful 3 Bells shout out to my guy, Greg, the acoustic guitar, but yet with the golden voice, representing Sacramento, California. Let's give it up for Greg, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
I have applause. What's the matter with me? No, not that button. Be careful. Okay, there we go.
Hell yeah. I missed you while I was on vacation, man. Trust me. I'm pretty sure you did a good job. Matter of fact, I listened to the playbacks. Yes, Shane knew it. I would have went crazy hearing him making those announcements. For sure.
So I tell you what, Greg, if you leave messages right around now when we talk about the last match of the night, by all means you could do like a whole recap. You're not spoiling because at this point we done went through the entire SmackDown or Raw NXT episode. So do feel free, and once again, thank you so much. And the guitar, man, that was a real nice.
Wait, hold up. Not at this time on Mondays. At this time on Mondays, we're only in the second hour. So,
I'm talking
SmackDown, for SmackDown and NXT, yes.
Right. I'm talking about the show flow wise, not the time wise, but the show flow in terms of what we're talking about. Like we let the people know that when we're on the main event or the last match of the night. So I'm saying at that point, that's when he can, do his thing and do the recap. That's what I'm saying.
I respect the fact that he respected your wishes. Like, seriously, like, that's so cool. Thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah, I had to because he would leave it early. And he recapped the whole show.
Hold up.
Clear your throat. Do it right. You get one chance. Do it right.
Wait, hold on a second, Shane. Let me just press my buttons real quick because these are new buttons. Hold on.
Don't tell me to hold up. Just do it right. He's about to do something.
Yeah! What's up, everybody? You know what time it is. It's time for me to give a beautiful shout out to the one and only Bree Talks. Bree, we shouted you out to start off the show tonight, and we'll do it again right now. Bree, thank you so very much for the opportunity to sit down with you or stand up with you or whatever everybody was doing, but just to talk with you yesterday and give everybody a little taste of what the Three Bells podcast is about. I know you just had a show. I was listening in to your show a little bit earlier, right before we started this one. So, Bree, I appreciate you so very much. And to let you know, I listened to what you said yesterday, woke up early this morning, and the Three Bells podcast now has a Instagram page. Just type in the Three Bells podcast, and the Instagram page is right there. So, Bree, thank you so very much. Appreciate you.
Yes, she gets the 3 bells and magic dust. Even though I have to clean it up when I'm done with all of this.
Yes.
Hey, Bree.
Yeeting all over the goddamn place. Didn't my father tell you about that yesterday? He said, you got to clean up after yourself. Clean up.
It's all right, though. But hey, guess what? She left a message. She has a message. Let's just say.
What's going on, Mundo? What up, Triple J? What's up, Shane O'Mac? What's up to listening party down in the basement? What's going on, Three Bells podcast? I just wanted to come in and show some love to you gentlemen, and I hope all three of you beautiful men are having a fan-fucking-tabulous Friday night.
Oh my God. Shane, isn't her voice so calming? I forgot Jay was here. Jay, isn't her voice so calming?
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. Hi,
Did he really
Bree.
just say that?
I'm trying.
What the? Oof. What was that?
I was trying to do what she did. Wait, hold on, let me try again.
Don't, because it's
No.
not meant for you to do. That is not meant for you to do, dude. That's only for her. That's why she does it so well, because it's for her. You can't do that. You sound like a bullfrog choking. Like, don't do that. No, don't. Don't do that.
Oh, you know what,
It's
Shane?
okay.
I'm gonna give myself this, Shane. I got you.
You got one.
Thy peach tonight.
I'm sorry, guys.
See, you give yourself that, and Jay and we're gonna give you. You get the one for tonight. There you go.
I was trying to avoid that. I think that's my first one for the week. Damn it! I thought I was gonna get. You know what? We all got one this week. This week. Oh damn! I didn't play my welcome back for tonight's show too. Fuck.
You sure didn't.
I erased it.
But yeah, welcome back. We all missed you, of course. We missed you. So guess what? We are done with our recap of SmackDown. So now we're going to talk about the things that's been going on in and around WWE with the Three Bells news clips. Let's go, man. So, Jesse the Body Ventura, Mr. Hall of Famer of 2004. The legendary wrestler and commentator, he was a guest at a political YouTube show, The Vanguard, last week. And during the interview, Ventura said that he and WWE are, quote-unquote, talking again, now that the company is going in a new direction with Vince McMahon no longer involved. And I don't know if you guys noticed this, but this is brand new news that came on the circuit not too long ago today, that Vince McMahon has indeed sold all of his stocks. He has no connection whatsoever with TKO. So this is definitely the beginning of no Vince McMahon in the WWE. That part is fresh. Okay? So let's go across the planet for the mayor of London, Sadiq Khan. He wants to bring WWE's WrestleMania to London, England. He says, and quote, London is already the sporting capital of the world. If I'm re-elected next Thursday, we'll go even further and look to bring in WrestleMania the Super Bowl, and the NBA to London. And we even put in another bid for the 2040 Olympics. And Triple H responds, let's talk. The undisputed, and this is, I guess this is what Jay was talking about, our undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes is in fact landed a role in the Naked Gun remake movie, starring Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson. And it's also reported that Cody might play himself in the movie, for this is a quote-unquote important role for the film. So maybe we saw something that was for real tonight, or maybe we didn't. We shall see. We got a little rating, we got a little Viking Raider to celebrate, everybody, for Van Holla, also known as Sarah Logan, and Eric, Mr. Raymond Rowe, for they have been together already. They are expecting their second child. The couple, they made announcements on their social media just yesterday, and the caption said, November of 2024, new Rowe boy incoming. And their first child was a picture of their first child that said Big Brother. We are so unbelievably happy. And the Big Brother, they welcomed him to the planet in 2021. For those of you who's catching up on WWE Speed, Ricochet did in fact beat JD McDonough. Surprise, surprise. So he is going to face whoever wins the Bronson Reed versus the Johnny Gargano fight, which is going to take place next Wednesday. So after that match, I guess the following Wednesday, we will have our finals and see who will be crowned the inaugural WWE Speed Champion. Des and Jay, is there any other news that you guys like to report? Or do you have any comments on the news that you heard so far?
I have comments. One, I did not know that Eric and what's her name? Damn it. What's her name?
Holla.
Yeah, I did not know that they were a couple. That's news to me. I'm like, holy shit. And it makes sense why she has not been seen in weeks. So wow. I have some news for you as well. As I said, I've been supported by my statistician tonight, my tag team partner, the one and only, the best tag team partner anybody could have, Mr. LeJuan. And he reported to me that WWE President Nick Khan has vowed to sell all of his stock in TKO, but there is no reason to why that move was made. So, yeah, Nick Khan has vowed to sell all of his stock in TKO, and we have no reason to why that's happening at this point. So look out for that. Hopefully it's nothing bad. Maybe he's just trying to make a few bucks, but it's a little scary, since he's done so much good with WWE, with Triple H since Vince was kicked out of the company. But that's all I have. Jay?
Quick question, Des. Do you know off the top of hand, does he have like a majority? Does he have like a majority or a large amount of stock in TKO?
Yes, I have the numbers right here. Give me 1 second. He has 20, it looks like 23,442, or what is it? 2 million? Yeah, 2,344,024 shares in TKO Holdings. But I don't think Vince had the majority because he was the head of the board for TKO. So I don't think anybody had more than Vince, but yeah, I think him and Dana probably had about the same amount because they are the presidents of UFC and WWE. But it's so odd. It's just odd in general.
Yeah, that is interesting that they would sell off like that. I mean, I hope there isn't anything bad that's about to happen, which is why they are leaving.
Right. Well, I was just thinking maybe he's trying to buy the company outright from Endeavor. I mean, it's not even Endeavor anymore because in Endeavor, the company that purchased WWE in the beginning, they sold the company to somebody else, and they're taking that company private. So I'm just, I'm just trying to see what's going on. The original guy, Ari, who's close with The Rock and whatever of that nature, he sold that company to someone else. They're taking that company private, and that's the company that oversees TKO, which is the company that oversees UFC and World Wrestling Entertainment. So it's a lot. And we're not used to it as wrestling fans because we're used to just one family owning WWE outright. So this is new to all of us. So I just hope that Nick and Triple H remain and all that other stuff just goes away.
I agree 100%. Jay, hit it.
Well, the news I got from this week was that Jacob Fatu was supposedly booked for SmackDown tonight, and they took him off. There's no reasons as to why, but the post went as saying, Jacob Fatu is no longer booked to appear, meaning his debut won't happen. So we're going to be either pushing his debut another week or so, but that's on the horizon. Also, shout out to R-Truth. He tweeted to Kofi Kingston, he was shouting him out saying, "Congrats to you on winning the WCW championship." And it was a picture of AEW's Swerve Strickland. He said, "Did y'all guys steal the keys to the prohibited entrance?" I thought that was a hilarious tweet that he had put out there, fellas.
Only R-Truth would do some shit like that. You can't be mad at him. Jay, question.
Talk to me.
Now, do you think that Jacob's debut would have made sense tonight versus him debuting at Backlash?
That's what I was thinking after they made that announcement of the tag team fight for the PLE. That's what made me think this is when they're gonna debut them.
It makes more sense, right? Why not have him join them at the end of the match or something like that and beat the shit out of KO and Randy?
Right. And Solo's streak could finally end.
I would rather that. I would actually rather that. Even though we're having this discussion, if it would have happened, I'd be shocked. I'll go, oh, I would totally do that. I want that moment. I would rather that moment than him to have been here tonight and possibly been drafted somewhere. I want that element of surprise.
Right.
Yeah. But before we move to birthdays, fellas, because I'm going to follow on this draft trend, being that we're in the draft season, right? So we're drafting, superstars from the Raw and SmackDown and a couple one from NXT. So I want to ask you guys this, being that you're the head of your branches. Mundo, you're with Raw, Triple J, NXT, and myself with SmackDown. Fellas, start with Dez and then Jay, and then I will follow. Give me your top 3 play-by-play commentator teams. These are the guys that we hear that talks throughout the matches, and there has been numerous teams throughout the years. So these guys, including myself, we're going to give our top 3 choices.
I'm sure we're going to have a lot of different choices, especially with you guys, because you go a little further back than I do. But I'm going to start with my number 3. Is that cool?
You the man.
My number 3 will be Pat McAfee and Michael Cole. Pat and Michael, they bring a new energy where Now, if you guys realize, damn near every announced team, they stand up and call matches and they get excited. We get a camera view now of the announced team that we get to see on social media from week to week on their reactions to certain things and, you know, their goofy moments as well. So I give that to Michael Cole and Pat McAfee as my number 3. My number 2, as I am a kid of the new generation leading into the Attitude Era, I would like to shout out Vince McMahon, Jerry the King Lawler, and good old JR. That's my number 2. I mean, it's nothing like a good old slow count from Earl Hebner being voiced by Vince McMahon. 1, 2, 3. Like that's just epic to me. And my number 1 announced team goes to the voices of the Attitude Era. Good old JR and Mr. Puppies himself, Jerry the King Lawler. So those are my top 3 right there.
Well, my top 3, shit. I'm gonna go Bobby the Brain Heenan with Vince McMahon and Jesse the Body, all in, you know, when they had that trio going together. Then I'm gonna go Pat and Michael Cole, and my third will be good old JR and Jerry Lawler, fellas.
Cool. You know, my number 3 is Pat and Michael. They're our current team. My second is going to go to Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler. And my first, that was my second, excuse me. My first would be Gorilla Monsoon, Bobby the Brain Heenan, and Vince McMahon. What I love about Vince McMahon, I don't know if you guys noticed, but he had 3 different voices. He had his regular voice, and then he had like he had the regular voice, and then it was something like almost like a high pitched ish type.
That high, that high pitched voice. Hell yeah.
And then he had that your fire grunt like voice, like when he got agitated, when he got real agitated. That wasn't a real slam. That wasn't a real power slam. Like he did that. Like he changed this voice, which was like so animated, and I liked that. And him sitting there next to Bobby the Brain and Gorilla Monsoon, like their relationship together, like it was just, oh wait, you stop. Because Bobby always had something smart to say. Like the shade back and forth was amazing to me. So
you know
that's
what was cool about Bobby the Brain? That he was playing a managerial role at the same time that he was a broadcaster, and I thought that shit was fire because one of his guys could come out and you'll see him go right back to the locker room with his jacket on, and it'll say Bobby the Brain, and you're like, oh shit, bringing out Andre, he's bringing out this guy. You'd be like, oh fuck.
And now this will show my age. I only know Bobby the Brain as an announcer when he was in WCW with Tony Schiavone and with Dusty Rhodes. And I mean, they were great. Also, they would make my top 4, but we're doing top 3. So they would be my honorable mention: Tony, Dusty, and Bobby. They made WCW fucking awesome.
Like Tony Schiavone used to get mad hype though. Welcome to WCW.
Yeah,
Monday Night Nitro.
That's why listening to him now on AEW, I'm like, this is not Tony. He's not even the lead. So I'm just like, why do you have this mask guy as a lead when you got Tony right there? Like,
but you know what's the one thing that used to make Tony Schiavone real good when Sting used to come out? It's Sting!
It's Sting! It's Sting! Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we like that high pitched voice. It's Sting!
Yes.
Oh my God, it's Stone Cold
coming out the rafters with the black bat.
1, 2. Oh yeah, that's Vince. I mean, I wish I had that on my mixer right now, but for sure, yeah, man. Those guys made the golden age, the attitude era, the new generation, WCW amazing for us, man. And I shout out Michael Cole and my top 5. It would be Michael Cole and Taz. Even though I wasn't watching the Ruthless Aggression era, I've heard a lot of their calls, and they were amazing too.
Oh, they were awesome together. They complement each other very well. Can you imagine them being like the team today with all this freedom that they would have? Oh, forget about it.
Bro, I mean, at that point, Taz was damn near cursing too. He would catch himself, but I mean, Taz was amazing on the commentary desk doing the color. What is it? The play-by-play.
Color commentary.
Color commentary, because play-by-play would be the leader. Yeah. Man. Woo.
You know who, like, in my honorable mention, I would say Michael Cole with Corey Graves, because Corey, I was always liking him since day one.
Aren't you so
brung
proud
it.
of him? Aren't you proud of him for being the voice of SmackDown now and probably the future voice of WWE?
Hell yeah, bro! Like the day I met him, he was such a cool fucking guy. Like you don't really think of these wrestlers having great attitude, bad attitudes and shit. But him, bro, talk for 3-4 hours in the airport together.
Damn it, Shane. Damn you, Shane. Because now it's like I have, we did the top 3. I gave you my 4th, and now I'm fighting. I'm fighting for number 5. Number 5, it's like it's hard. It's a toss up between what Jay just said, Michael Cole and Corey, versus Michael Cole and JBL. Like they were great too. Those two were great too. JBL kept it a buck. Oh my gosh. We had some good teams, man. Good teams. And the one consistent one is definitely Michael Cole. I've never given him his flowers, but Michael Cole is very, very important because, I remember him as the guy getting shitted on by DX and The Rock back in the day. But Michael Cole, thank you so much for all you've done for WWE over the last 25, 26, 7 years or so. Yeah, man.
That bringing up that point, since he was in the WWE era more, will we consider him the GOAT of WWE announcers, color commentators?
No. Well, not the GOAT, not over JR. I mean, there's nothing like listening to JR with a strep throat at the end of Monday Night Raw. God damn it! God damn you, Triple H! You son of a bitch! Or it's Stone Cold. Like, there's nothing like hearing JR lose his voice at the end of a show because he makes you want to watch next week. Remember when there was no SmackDown? We had to wait a whole goddamn week to the next fucking Raw to see what happens. But
and not for nothing, JR deserves the biggest flowers because don't forget, he was the one that had to announce to us with all the strength of his body that Owen Hart passed.
Oh, bro, I talked about that with my mom because when you brought that up, what was that? Was that one of y'all brought that up? I think it was Monday about the whole, King of the Ring
Owen
thing.
Hart and Bret Hart.
And remember, I told you my pop said that he saw Owen Hart and he brought that up. And my mom was talking about it. She was like, "Oh, they're showing him." And then she started talking about that. I was like, "Yeah." And then it just brought back the memories because I was watching that pay-per-view live as a kid, and it just hit different because JR mentioned it, and then at the same time, UPN 9 News was on, and they mentioned it as well. It was like, a tragedy happened in the WWF pay-per-view that same night, same time. Owen Hart had died. I was just like, wow. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe that. But shout out to JR for having the guts to do that.
Have any of y'all guys tried his barbecue sauce?
I have not.
I would
I
love
haven't
to.
tried it. It's hard to find. I think you gotta order it.
Well, I don't
Yeah, I
know if
think he
he
has a
does. He
website. I
does
think he
he?
has a website.
Because I thought at one point it was marketed by the WWF. So it's like, did he get those rights back for himself? Like, how does that work?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to check online and look that up.
I'm gonna look into that. Because we still have a little bit of more show left to do. I didn't mean for this comment era, this comment section to go this deep, but I understand why it did, because
Shane,
it's like
it's okay.
out script.
It's
So
okay. The executives are talking in my head. Right? Hold on one second. They're talking to me right now. They're granting us more time. They said that I can go ahead and do the topic that you wanted me to do for Raw. We could do it tonight on SmackDown. And 1 second. Hold on. Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. What?
Yep. All
No,
right.
the source is available. They have the
Hold on.
source available.
They're telling me, hold on. They said, listen to this.
Oh,
Oh, shit. It's the new intro for Did You Know, but we're not doing the Did You Know tonight. We're not doing it Did You Know tonight, but that is the new intro for Did You Know, because Shane hated the other ones. But Shane, Jay.
Why would you premiere tonight though?
Because I don't know what the hell we're gonna do on Monday. I don't know if we're gonna be happy or pissed off.
you should have waited. You should have waited for that one.
You should
You should have
have waited.
waited. Should have waited. That
How you
shit is
gonna premiere
fire,
a
bro.
song
It's
on a segment that you're not
okay.
gonna do? That's
It's
weird.
it's okay because Mundo has more up the sleeve. Y'all know me better than that. I have multiple Did You Know songs.
What if it's hot though, and now and your sleeves are too long?
Never happens. I always come with y'all with at least two or three intros for Did You Know.
What?
But yeah, I have a question for y'all. Y'all know the question already, but give me your top 3 ring announcers for WWE over the last God knows how many years that we've been watching.
Ooh, I'm
I'll
gonna
give
go.
I'm not
Sam,
answering
you
that.
first.
Nope, I'm not answering that tonight. I gladly answer that on Monday.
Do you
I'll
think
answer
we're
it
gonna
right
have
now if
time
you
for
want me
this on Monday? When I told y'all we're gonna cut down on the show?
to.
Absolutely, you have time. We have
You
plenty of
sure?
time.
We got 6 rounds of draft to go through on Monday.
Yeah, you saw how quick we went through it tonight.
Yeah, you had four
We spoke more
four
about
drafts.
everything else. We spoke more about the commentators. We spoke more about Kiana James. We spoke more about
Right, because we
Braun
didn't get
Breaker and
we got 4 wrestling matches and 2 of them were like less than 2 minutes.
But
on Raw, we know we're gonna get at least 6 matches that we got to talk about on top of the 6 rounds of draft. What's up, Jay?
let's announce the other draft picks that were made off the air, if that's the case. Then, for those who haven't heard.
All right, so I'll leave the question out now that I put the question out there. Think about it for Monday. I'll probably start the show off with that. Shane, do you mind if we do that before you hit the birthdays and we close out the show?
Hit it.
All right, so it's been brought to my attention by my amazing partner, aka my statistician on Fridays, apparently now, that we had another round of draft picks. Shut up, Jay. SmackDown selected, and let's not go too crazy, SmackDown selected the OC, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, and Mi Chin. They also selected Baron Corbin. Monday Night Raw selected Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. And SmackDown selected Cedric Alexander and Ashante the Adonis. So basically, with the exception of Baron Corbin, all these motherfuckers stayed on the show and will continue to be background people. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, so that's the reason why they was announced off the air. Got it. Got it. Yeah. Yeah. Yay. Yay.
Damn, poor Baron Corbin. Drafted off the air.
I mean,
And
I think it would have been better if they would have put him on Raw, so it would have been a chance
both stars
to
reunion.
reunite him with Braun Breaker. It would have made more sense. It would have been easier for Braun to debut on Raw and not be looked at as this goddamn jobber killer. But I don't know. Like I don't know what the hell the thinking is. It's again, they continued on with the even after the show was over, they continued on with the keeping everybody on the same show situation. Shame.
Yeah. Cedric Alexander, huh? The one that won tonight? Oops. Nope. He didn't do that. But I tell you who is winning tonight. We are. You know why? Because it's that time, everyone. It's our favorite time of the night. Happy birthdays. If you're celebrating a birthday this week, we like to say happy birthday to everyone. For you're also celebrating with the superstars. That crazy girl, Nikki Cross. She's 35. And remember big man Ezekiel Jackson, also known as Big Zeke. He's 46. Another big guy, Tony Atlas, turned 70. And Brutus, the barber, Beefcake with the big scissors, he's 67. And Orlando Jordan, one of the few openly gay guys in the WWE and all the wrestling. Welcome to the 50s Club. He just turned 50. And he is part of that conversation of being a GOAT in the WWE. John Cena turns 47. His name is Dominique Dijakovic. We also know him as, Dijakovic, also known as Dijak. 37. And celebrating his birthday right now is Glenn Jacobs, a.k.a. the Big Red Machine Kane, celebrating 57. We like to say a happy birthday to all of our superstars as well as to superstars in your lives. Des and Jay, are there any birthdays or anniversary celebrations you would like to give a shout out to at this time?
I'm gonna give a birthday shout out to my homegirl Ariel. Went to high school with me. Very talented drawer. I'm gonna give a shout out to my homegirl Leslie. She had a birthday this past week too. And everyone else that I wish happy birthday to on Facebook. Happy birthday to y'all. Love, love, love.
Unfortunately, this week I have nobody to say, but shout out to everybody that has a birthday in this world this week. Blessings and one love.
Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, is the show for tonight. But before we end this and all of our shows, we have to ask the question across the table. Fellas, what is your Three Bells match and or moment of the night? Jay, we're going to start with you and then Mundo to follow.
Well, my match of the night, I'm going to go out on a limb and go with Tiffany versus Naomi, all because of the fact that she hit that prettiest moonsault tonight, and it should look clean as hell. And my moment of the night would be the fact that when KO and Tama Tonga were fighting in the back, it led to them coming into the ring as well while Bianca Belair and Kabuki Warriors and everybody was having their own little spat. I thought that was a crazy moment tonight, fellas.
For me, I'm gonna go with match of the night because it was the main event and it's my guy. I'll go with Cody Rhodes versus Carmelo Hayes. And my moment of the night is when Carmelo came out and outright challenged Cody to a match. I'd never felt any prouder because, again, like I said, regardless if he's a heel or a good guy, Melo's my guy. He is the new guy for me. So shout out to Melo. Shane, on you.
I'm going to have to agree with you, Des, in terms of the match of the night being Melo versus Cody. This was his opportunity to show that he is and can and will continue to be a main eventer. And he has proven that he is, in fact, him. And I really, really hope, even though I'm not the biggest fan of Cody, but I really hope that he's okay because that did look like a really nasty bump on the shoulder that he did. So hope you're okay, dude. And my moment of the night, and this is my moment because we hear the Three Bells, we saw this coming, we knew that he did this, but the video footage just proved us right. It was when they showed the video footage of Carlito being the guy that beat up Dragon Lee. It was an I told you so moment. So that is my match and my moment of the night.
Shane,
Sir?
before you end us out, like I said, the executives granted us more time. You can go ahead and play the last messages from Greg down to our girl Rose, and then close us out until Monday.
Oh, wow. Looky. All right. Greg, what's
Welcome
up?
everybody to Stereo Radio. You guys want to talk about the hottest thing that's going on in pro wrestling right now? Your undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes is going against You Don't Want None. You Don't Want None. What's up? It's AJ Styles. Honestly, top 3 wrestlers of all time. I got Bret Hart, I got Shawn Michaels, and I got AJ Styles. And that's my list. You can put it on the board. Yes, that's what Greg Dudas thinks. I love you guys. This is the best fucking podcast on Stereo Radio. You guys have a great night. Enjoy wrestling. It's the greatest sport. Hockey's awesome. Basketball, baseball is awesome. But I don't know. I think wrestling might be my all-time favorite. On Stereo Radio. Love you guys.
Ooh, that's a good pop-up. That's a good pop-up right there, Shane.
Nice. So glad I played that. Shout out to you, Greg. Thank you so much, man.
Congratulations, gentlemen, for your IG Three Bells page. Definitely went and followed and commented on it with all 3 of my pages. And shout out to the growth. Can't wait to see what the future has in store for the Three Bells. Let's go. Good night, gentlemen.
Des, don't you do it, Des. Don't do it. She's the only one that can and will. Don't do it. Oh, boy. Greg has one more thing to say.
Welcome everybody to Stereo Radio. This is a public service announcement. This is only a Hope you guys have a great motherfucking night right here on Stereo Radio. This is a public service announcement. This is only a
Hell yeah.
I love you guys. Happy Wrestle Evening. Home Stereo Radio.
Yes.
Yeah, Greg. Yeah, Greg.
Play that good song.
Radio.
Get him, boy. Get him.
I love it. Love it. We have one more for Jackie.
What up, y'all? Sorry I'm catching the end of the show. I had to make myself late night breakfast because I smoked too much during karaoke.
She
Yeah,
missed the
I just wanted
cipher.
to come show some support. Mundo, Triple J, Shano Mac. It's been real. I'm gonna catch more of these shows, I promise. But I got the itis. I'ma listen though. I just got my best friend to join stereo, so me and her might do a talk here in a few.
Girl, you already missed the cipher we had earlier. Drew was passing it around and shit. We all got the itis right about now. Whew.
Des, check your microphone. Your microphone's low. Still low. Is your battery running out? We're at the end of the show anyway, so I mean, if anything, you're
You're
still
still
low.
low.
Still low. Reconnecting, shuffling. A little louder, but the shuffling was louder. People are laughing at you.
Lord, can you hear me now?
Yeah, a little louder, but it's still low. What's going on over there? You got a weak signal?
I think so. Maybe. I'm at two. My battery's on 2.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
you're low. We can hear you, but it's real low. So I guess I guess so that we can hear you, we'll close out without the music, so we can hear you loud and clear. Fair enough. Even worse than before.
Even worse now.
Yeah,
Ay, Dios mío.
you're better off just using your phone. Since we're closing, you might as well just disconnect and use your phone.
Facts.
No,
Vámonos tranquilo. Vámonos tranquilo.
Can you hear me now?
And that was your Spanish lesson by Triple J.
Right. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear us?
Of course, I can hear you. I heard y'all the whole time.
You're so low. You sound like Lawan like a month ago.
Are you using Lawan's headphones? Oh, Lord, he's like,
Lawan, give him his headphones back. Give it to him back. Lawan, he has to come back and pick them up. Pick them up.
I'm still low.
You're a little better.
He's gradually picking up.
He's gradually getting that power bar.
How about now? Am I still low? I don't know what
Like I said, it's still low. Like Jay and I, we have to be totally quiet to hear you.
You want us just to close this out, Des? It's already after 1.
Yeah, we're trying to close, but we wanted to hear you because you're next. You know, your show is next, so that's why it's important for you to close. No. Oh no. Your equipment said 8. It said 1:00. Shut down automatic.
It's on timer.
Mm-hmm. It's still low.
Suavemente, bésame. Hey.
It's the same, but it's real low. So I guess you'll just stay on that frequency. So like I said, we'll close out without playing the music so that we can hear you. Unless you want me to speak for you. But we gotta hear you say goodbye.
Can you hear me now?
Same low.
What the hell is going on right now?
We want Mundo. We want Mundo.
So you know what? Because it's after 1:00 and we really do have to close out. So still low.
Guys, let's just end the show.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
There
it's
we go.
picking up. It's picking up.
Okay.
Picking up.
Yeah. Don't touch nothing. That's it right there.
I'm going old
That,
school. No mic. I'm going straight with the phone.
Yeah, dude. We said that like 15 minutes ago. The phone.
I was trying to see what was going on.
Oh, my
I'm on you.
stomach hurts. My stomach
We
hurts.
literally just said just use the phone because we're closing out. Like you don't have to be fancy or anything. Just use the phone.
I'm on the phone. Play the music, Shane. God damn it. God damn it.
My stomach hurts. Oh.
Okay,
Why
don't
the hell
goddamn
the
it,
funny
please.
moment of the night has to happen at the end of the goddamn show?
Ow.
So before I play the music, Dez, that goes to your time, your time set equipment that said at 1 o'clock we automatically shutting down whether you're on or not. Hot mess.
I blame the damn board. I blame everybody that was speaking my ear saying that, we have a few extra minutes. They shut me off, so I blame them.
Well, everyone, that is our show. We hope that you had as good as a laugh as us guys here at the Three Bells podcast table has. We always have a good time, and we always appreciate each and every one of you to come out and to say hi. LaJuan, thank you. Drew, dude, we love you, dude, but keep your smokes home. Don't bring it to the table. What the Boom, thank you so much for staying up with us, even though we know that you're tired. But dude, go to sleep, get that rest, man. And thanks to everybody else that showed up. Bree, love you forever, girl. Thank you so much for everything. Mundo, Jay, thank you guys so much for making my weeks awesome, my Fridays, my Mondays, and Tuesdays awesome and worth going to every week. For we link up on Fridays, 10:15, and then we're back on Monday with Mundo, 11:15, and then on Tuesday we have our NXT 10:20 with our guy Triple J. This is your homie Shane O'Mac coming to you live from the East New York section of the Three Bells podcast table, saying good fight, good night. Jay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Have a good night, my fella. And shout out to everybody that's been listening tonight. And as always, shout out to you guys. This is our 60th show. We coming a long way. A decade more, and a decade more, and a decade more. The Three Bells fucking rocks. Everybody have a great weekend. Blessings.
And since Mundo's going old school, shout outs to everybody that joined us tonight. Shout outs to my guy, Triple J, and our host, Shane O'Mac. It's your boy Mundo, aka Mr. AKA himself. I'll see everybody on Monday Night Raw, draft night number 2. Hopefully we get more surprises and we are happy. So thank y'all so very much. I love y'all. It's your boy Mundo, aka Mr. AKA himself, signing off.
And that's the bell, folks. You've been listening to the Three Bells Podcast with your hosts, Triple J, Mundo, and Shane O'Mac. Bringing the thunder from the ring straight to your speakers. But the conversation doesn't end here. Keep the conversation going in the comments. And follow us on our socials to get the latest scoop on WWE events and behind-the-scenes action. Until next time, stay loud, stay proud, and above all, stay tuned for more hot takes, news, in the world of wrestling. Expect the unexpected. See you on the next show, the Three Bells Podcast.
And as always, no yeet.